Hey now, we're live again. That was weird. Streamlabs completely crashed out on me. Right,
it just can't handle the three of us. I'd hate to see what happens when Tanya comes in.
Okay, so I was messaging Tanya. Did I ever get that message off? Okay, I did. But I don't know. She might be on later. Hey, Gibbs, could you not? Could you not right now?
Deal with it.
Okay, so I got one post off. I was in the middle of posting things, and everything kind of went haywire there. All right. Here's the second Facebook post. Gibbs, could you not right now? He's been a real scooch today. And Twitter. Not that anybody uses Twitter, but, you know, whatever. What is happening?
I honestly didn't realize I wasn't following you on Twitter until a few days ago.
I noticed that you and I followed you back. Hey, Riddle's here. Pun says hi from his stream. Hi, Pun from my stream. Gibbs, could you, give me a little space here? All right, guys, this is
really opening up the floodgates.
What was that? What was that, Jesse?
Hey, I'm just playing along.
If you say so. All right, guys, I'm going to step away real quick. I'm going to go grab myself a water so that I won't be dehydrated during this. And probably go to the bathroom real quick, and I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. You guys can run shit while I'm gone, but Gibbs, keep an eye on them. I'll be right back.
You mean we have to vamp? Oh, God. You know, maybe I should actually pull up his chat so in case people are saying stuff, I can be like, hey, it's Buddy Jim or whoever.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
So, Mr. T-Sparkle, have you been keeping up with all of the E3 stuff? I know we'll probably get into it. I just want to know if you've been keeping up.
I've been super busy with work. I saw some news articles about some of the stuff, and some people had mentioned some of it. But I heard Just Dance 2020 is going to be on the Wii.
The original Wii?
Yes. Apparently, Microsoft now owns Double Fine.
Oh no.
And some other cool games and trailers were shown.
Jump at me. This is a bottle of water. You don't
I
want it.
did not get a chance to watch any of it.
It's nothing for you. Got the headphones on. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hello. You guys kept an eye on things when I was gone?
Yep.
Oh, wow, we got some chat. Riddle reacted to your quote-unquote joke there. I don't know if you saw it, Jesse. He said, fuck's sake.
I'm trying to pull up your chat, and it's making me log in and everything.
Ah, don't worry about that. I got the chat open.
I do too.
And so does T-Sparkle. I can see him in there.
What
all right.
mod doesn't have the chat open at any given time?
Well, Jesse's not a mod.
Yeah.
I know.
If he came to my streams more often. I don't know.
Oh, sorry, I do stuff.
I know, you do a lot of stuff, actually. Hey, everybody. Everybody does a lot of stuff. Hey, everybody. So, we're going to start in a little while. I want to give Tanya some time to get here. Although, maybe she won't be here. Who knows? She said she would be, but you know how it is. She's been busy. Hi, Ginhai7. There's a new face. I'm not familiar with that name.
Link on the way.
Hey, Gin, what's up? She comes to my chat.
Oh, that's one of your fans?
And I go to hers.
Wonderful. Networking. Oh, she calls you Gid.
Yeah, that's one of the nicknames I have.
Is that one of the nicer ones?
Yeah, Gid or Arma, just shortened versions of what's already established.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard Arma a million times, but this is the first time I've heard Gid.
That's like fun.
That's like I'm NecroVMX and somebody just sort of you're Crow. Like it's just CRO.
That's kind of cool.
I guess that is kind of cool. All right, but don't do that, guys. I'd prefer Necro. But anyway, guys, Kyle. Say hi. You're the new host of List Critics. You're the new co-host.
Hello. I'm Kyle, also known as T-Sparkle99.
Yeah. Why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself, briefly?
Okay. I am a full-time college student, part-time Twitch streamer, IT guy.
IT guy.
I've gotten to know John quite a bit over the past couple months. I played through Sanctus Mortem on Twitch.
Sanctus Mortem.
Probably one of the best RPGs I've ever played.
Oh, Snapple.
Amazing music.
It can't live up to that now.
Seriously, that music is freaking awesome.
Somebody just texted me. Let's see who it is.
It's metal as hell.
I bet you it's Tanya. Oh, it's not.
With that
Oh,
said,
it's Steve Frost. He finally got back to me.
Oh, that's interesting. So I am a variety streamer. I play RPGs, the occasional first-person shooter, side-scroller, and many others.
And Jesse, everybody's known you since you've been co-hosting the show like since 2011, but why don't you tell them a little about yourself anyway?
Okay, do you hear that in the background? The
No.
music? Okay.
I hear the music I'm playing.
Okay.
But who am I? I'm a guy.
He's the Armageddon
I've
time.
I don't know. I've done a couple of things with NecroVMX in the past. We've done some shows. I've commented on some of his videos back when it was strictly YouTube. And I don't know. I stream myself. I play video games for the internet. And I don't know. That's all I can pretty much say right now.
Yeah. Jesse's blind, but he sees you fapping.
Wow.
It's hot.
That's not the reaction I expected from Jesse. That is the reaction I expected from Kyle.
If you're age appropriate, sorry.
Yeah, well, I guess yes. I'm pretty sure.
Could you not expect anything less?
Okay, so yeah, that wasn't. I was hoping that was Tanya messaging. That's my friend Steve Frost, and you know what happened was I used his music on a couple of my streams, and then when I put them up on YouTube, I got like copyrighted, and I sent him a screenshot of that, and that was like a while ago, and he hasn't been around, and he finally got online. Giggity time? Is that what?
Giggity?
Giggity.
Yeah, but he's saying giggity. Like, I don't know, there's an A in there, it's all weird. Armageddon time.
Armagucci time, yo.
Alright, so Sparkle, or Kyle rather, we use our real names here. Have you I think you've been to one of the List Critic streams in the past, right?
I was lurking.
You were
I was
lurking,
there for a little
okay.
bit, and I made a couple clips for you.
Oh, okay. So do you know anything about the show or what we do?
Not a lot.
Oh,
Just
okay.
remember
Okay.
great
So
stories.
we've been doing this for like 8 years now, and it actually started with me and Jesse.
Good
and
Lord.
yeah, and then it was me and Tanya, and then it was me and Peyton, and then it was everybody, and now it's me and Tanya and Jesse and Kyle. But anyway, we critique lists, basically lists from the internet or lists that people send us, and it
Is
used
that what the name means?
yeah, that's what it means. Yeah,
Oh,
and it used to
I never
be.
would've guessed.
Let me explain it, Jesse. It used to be a lot of like, oh, here's my top 10 Super Nintendo games sort of thing. But it kind of evolved into a lot of more like list articles and stuff like that. And I'll read them out. You guys react to them. And then at the end of each list, we grade them. And if it's like a top 10, we give it from 1 to 10. If it's a top 50, it's 1 to 50, you know? But everything's made up and the points don't matter, so...
I really like those story lists, like when you get the little mini stories.
Yeah, I tend to do a lot of those because I prefer them myself. Riddle says, who is this Peyton who never co-hosted List Critics? I've never heard of a Peyton. That's not even a real name. That sounds made up.
Revisionist history.
I've never heard of
Am
a...
I supposed to know who this Peyton person is?
I never heard of a Peyton. That's not even a real name. Come on, man. That sounds made up. Does that even sound like a real name to you guys?
No.
No. That's
I
like...
think I might have heard it in a high school
I mean,
musical, maybe.
listen to our names. John, Kyle, Jesse, Tanya. Those are real names that people, like, name their kid. Peyton? What is that? That's not even...
Hey, good that goop
Hey,
chick
Morning
named
Sunday.
her kid Apple.
Who named her kid Apple? Wait, are you talking about Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yeah, I said that goop chick.
That goop... Wait a minute. Was it her that did that? Because I thought it was somebody else who named their kid Apple.
I think it was.
Hold on. Now I got to look into this. I'm just
Why is that even a
Googling
thing?
named kid Apple. Oh God, it was Gwyneth Paltrow. Wow.
Yeah, I know stuff.
So is the kid's name Apple Paltrow? That sounds awful.
Oh man, I hope so.
That does sound awful.
Why do celebrities always...
Applesauce, bitch.
Payton is a street. See? It's not even a real name. That's what Guinea says.
Yeah, there's a street near my house that has the same name as my friend's last name.
Well, that I can understand. You know, welcome to Pembleton Street.
I used to live near a Drury Lane, like
True.
from that Do You Know the Muffin Man song, A Real Drury Lane.
That is the third time you've referenced the Muffin Man on List Critics.
Damn!
And none of them had anything to do with Frank Zappa, unfortunately. And I was just about to bring up Frank Zappa because he was the original celebrity to give his kids weird names.
Oh god, tell me about it.
Kyle, do you know who Frank Zappa is?
No clue.
He was a musician
Oh,
from the 60s and 70s, probably my favorite musician of all time. He died in the early 90s. And he was the bizarre sort of fellow who had 4 children, and I'm going to tell you their names.
he was a frickin' genius, though.
He was a genius, but he was an eccentric genius. So his daughter is Moon Unit Zappa. Then he has a son named Ian Donald Calvin Euclid Zappa, but they call him Dweezil.
What?
Yeah. Then he has another son named Ahmet Imuka Rodan Zappa.
Yes, Rodan.
Yeah. And then he has another daughter named Diva Muffin Zappa.
What?
Yeah. The man was obsessed with muffins. He had a song called The Muffin Man, and when he had a studio, when he was diagnosed with cancer, he had a studio built in his home so he could record music but still spend time with his family, and he called it the Utility Research Muffin Kitchen.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Made some of the best stuff there.
Somebody that I never heard of named their kid Audio Science. Shannon Sasaman? Sounds like a Digimon.
Hey, Gibbs.
That was Gibbs. That was the Gibbs. I need to Google this name because I never heard of that person.
Audio science.
But imagine, like, their last name would be Sasaman. Alright, so she's an actress, I guess. What was she in? A Knight's Tale? Sinister 2? The Rules of Attraction? Okay, so it's an actress that looks like generic, cute brunette with short hair that's been in a whole bunch of movies nobody's ever seen because they're chick flicks.
They get work.
Yep, they sure do. Everybody wants to be Winona Ryder. Okay, so I think it's 8 o'clock, or about to be 8 o'clock. I think we gave Tanya enough time. If she drops in at some point, that's great. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to kill the music. So sorry for those of you joining the dulcet tones of Dragon Quest VII. We're going to switch over to the logo. That's right, the List Critics broadcast live on June 11th, 2019. If you're wondering why I put that there, it's because it'll be in the YouTube video. Co-host Jesse, Tanya, and Kyle. Tanya is a little missing right now. List can be submitted to me via Discord if you want to. Of course, I have a whole bunch of my own. And we're going to start, as we always do, with a little list called Tumblr Gets Deep.
Time to get deep.
Tumblr Gets Deep. We always start with these. It's a recurring list over at pleatedjeans.com, and it's basically just funny-ass posts from Tumblr or people who are possibly inebriated.
People who think they're funny, too.
Well, that's more the next list. Okay, so number one. Dav says, Son, I found your fedora. At first I thought you were a brony, and I was going to be very disappointed. But then I found your giant stash of checkered Vans and Hawaiian shirts. Ska punk forever, son. Ska punk forever.
He's a rude boy.
A what?
A what?
A rude boy. He listens to ska music.
Oh, see, you would know that. Hey, Dylan, how's it going? Jesse, you got to understand, Jesse is like an expert of punk rock music. He knows like so much about it. It's ridiculous.
Whoa! Don't put that label on me, man. If I start getting grilled,
dude,
But
there was a list that was sent into it. It was like the top like 50 best punk bands, and I heard of maybe like 5 of them. Jesse knew all but like 2.
Yeah, and those 2 were probably newer bands.
Possibly. All right, number 2. Adzolotl says, you call it really bad at darts. I call it freestyle acupuncture. And then Sailor Spoon says, sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the bar.
That's an appropriate response.
Yeah.
Wow.
Freestyle acupuncture. I call it stabbing. Number 3, Spiderhole says, coffee has water in it. I'm doing fine.
Yeah, all that other stuff is the diuretic.
Yeah, that's the stuff that draws the water out of your body and dehydrates your bitch ass. But hey, you do you magnificent bastard.
You magnificent bastard, I read your book!
Is that a quote from something?
It's from Patton.
Oh, okay. And Patton, the movie.
Never watched it.
He's an embryo, Jesse. Yeah, so some of the references are.
That movie came out like 12 years before I was born.
Oh, that is true. Number 4, Vampire Apologist says, the most wrong I ever got any lyrics was the time my family was driving to a wedding and Livin' La Vida Loca came on the radio, and I must have been 7 at the time, and I started singing along from the very back row of the van, and I said, upside, inside out, wouldn't you be my milk cow?
Oh my god.
Aww.
And that's so cute, though. And all I remember is my dad shouting, what?
Wouldn't you be
my milk cow? That is cute, though.
Oh.
Number 5, Saint Chair says, Japanese versus Finnish. Japanese, hi, aisenai, meaning yes, not love. Finnish, hi, asenai, meaning shark. Oh, it's fucking.
Oh.
There's more to this, but that's amazing. I just wanted to jump in and say that's amazing. And then Patty116 says, Japanese versus Polish. Japanese, daisuki, I really like you. Or Polish, daisuki, give me bitches.
Same thing?
It's spelled completely different, but there's a little note that says you say it the same way. And Feminism and Happiness says, Japanese, mi teda, looked. Spanish, mi teda, my boob. Mi teta. Titi. Hey, Sparkle. Tits.
Shut up.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, okay, I'll explain it. There was this whole thing where I come to Kyle's streams a lot. You should follow him as tsparkle99 on Twitch. And I would just come in and just be like, tits, or like tits of our ancestors, or just something to do with tits, or tits and breasts and mammaries and boobs, you know? And he's just like, are you going to say that every time you come in here? And I was like, thinking to myself, well, no, but now I will, yes. So I just kind of made it a thing, you know, and it became a running joke that he'd read my messages that I'm typing into his chat, but he wouldn't say the word tits for some reason. He would say like fucking shit, but he wouldn't say tits. And it became a thing where I was trying to get Kyle to say tits. And I eventually did succeed. And now it's no big deal. The tits barrier is broken, so.
What if you were to say, like, the bird tits, you know?
Oh, like the great southeastern tit or something. I don't know.
Well,
The only reason that Insane Wayne just said tits, the only reason that Kyle was not saying tits was just to mess with me, and the only reason I was saying it so much was to mess with him, so it was like a mutual messing. It was a mess. It was a mess. I could have just said that.
It's better than coming into a chat and saying smearing it all over my chest.
It was a hot mess.
Yeah, it was a hot mess. Oh, smearing it on my chest. Where is AJ anyway?
Good question.
Let me see if he's online. Oh my God, there we are. He's not online. They're not online, sorry. Okay, so 6. Scarchomp says, when your straight friend about to do something stupid, and it shows this ancient animal or something, it shows what it's called, and it's heterodont. Like it's I think it's supposed to be heterodont, but it's heterodont because it's when your straight friend's about to do something funny. And then Craigan says, "Why did I laugh so hard?" Okay, number 7. Real Raccoon says, reasons I can relate to I've seen this one. Reasons I can relate to a raccoon: dark circles around eyes, small and chubby, lives in the trash and eats garbage, cute but will fight you, stays up all night, washes hands a lot, and communicates solely through weird noises and screams.
Well, okay then.
That's a thing.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, I've heard that one before.
Accurate?
Accurate-ish? the most accurate thing in the history of accuracy, maybe.
Just shrugging along.
Number 8, his quietest make says, I once took my kids to a local farm and we found a little goat with its horn stuck in a fence, just sitting there kind of mournfully on the grass. We tried to help it get free, but it was stuck tight. We petted it for a while and fed it some grass, as it had lawnmower to circle around itself as far as it could reach. And then we went back to the ticket office to tell them it needed help, but before I'd said more than there's a goat, the guy cut me off with a weary wave and said, yeah, we know, stuck in the fence. That's Brenda. She can get herself out whenever she wants. She just likes the attention. Trolled by a fucking goat. And then
That's the real goat.
And Shenko says, I'm fucking dying. Yeah, that's Brenda. Are stratus clouds the thin, wispy ones? I think those are called Sirius or something like that. I don't know.
You can't be serious.
Yeah. Might be stratus. Number 8, Sagittarius says, I was taking this family... let's try that again.
That was number 9, by the way.
This is number 9.
You said 8.
Whatever. I said what I said, and I meant what I said. It's number 8, 9. I was taking this family's order, and the dad needed a second to decide, so I was chatting with his kids, and I was like, oh, are you guys twins? And then a voice from under the table went, you're close, ma'am. And then a third kid popped up and did some karate moves at me, and the dad just looked so tired. So yeah, I met identical triplets today.
I wonder how often they do that.
Probably every single time. That's what I would imagine. Every single fucking time. And that's why the dad is so tired. But
like, all right, these kids are doing their thing again.
If you had two brothers that looked exactly like you, wouldn't you get up to some fuck shit like that? I mean, come on, guys. Kyle, wouldn't you?
Yep.
You know what you would see, because you could all like dye your hair different colors, right? Like you could be red, and then your brother, like you're Kyle, you're red. Then your brother Lyle has like green hair, and then you have like another brother whose name is like Bile, and he has like green hair or blue or whatever.
And then one Tyler, because apparently people mix me up with Tyler all the time.
Anyway, and then that's how people come to know you. Kind of like how you could tell Huey, Dewey, and Louie apart by their shirts. Yep. But then one day you just like switch it up, and like you have the green hair, and everybody's like, "Hey, Tyler," and you're like, "No, I'm Kyle. Fuck you. Can't you tell us apart?"
I wonder if they ever do the sitcom thing where like they all have girlfriends, and then they try to see if they can get away with switching.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Well, no, but
I don't like that at all.
It's unfortunately a sitcom trope.
I know it. I don't like that.
Then they get caught, and everybody laughs, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, ha ha ha, casual rape.
My mom told me a story once. She has a twin sister, and when they were in 4th grade, they had the brilliant idea to switch classes one day.
Okay.
And then my aunt was very nervous and couldn't keep it in. So when the teacher asked what was wrong, she spilled the beans, and of course they got...
Oh. And that's not even a big deal. Riddle wants to know... Riddle wants to know if any of us have met triplets. I've never met triplets, no.
No, I can't say.
I know a pair of twins, but that's about it.
I know a lot of twins, but no triplets.
Yeah. Okay,
I knew this girl that called her boobs the twins.
Well, Julie calls hers the twin. Well, okay, I'm the one that calls them that, but whatever. Number 10. You know, they look identical, but if you really pay attention, you could tell the difference. Number 10. Sneaky Feet says, my wife's so cute because we both love animals so much, but her way is very pure and genuine, whereas my family is like me holding up my cat. Stinky. Wife. No, don't be mean. Me swaying him back and forth in the air. Stinky bastard man. No. My mother not looking up from chopping veggies. Naughty boy, brat cat. Wife distraught. No.
Man, people are weird with animals.
I'm weird with animals. Sometimes I'll come up to Gibbs and be like, who's a little bastard, you know.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I'm not discounting myself here.
Yeah,
I'm pretty weird with them too.
And I agree, Barrel.
Barrel has said this is so much better than Pax's, which is more of a name than Payton is. So, Number 11, September 1st, 1989 says, car commercials. Smooth. Over footage of it driving up on a mountain road. Luxurious. Powerful. Godlike. This car is the secret to your happiness. Buy it and transcend human emotion. Jewel commercials. Wow! Real prime 45 karat sterling silver with pearls forged in Atlantis. Call now to buy it for only $100. Half off limited edition instant class for cheap, cheap prices. Water park commercials. Come for a weekend of family enjoyment. Splash, bash, laugh. Teens and adults alike agree this park is fun for all ages. Ooh, you'll come visit, you'll come visit, you'll come visit. Restaurant commercial. It's back.
So true.
That is real, though. Why is that so real? It's back.
Because they know the people want it.
Do you remember?
They don't get it.
Do you remember when Wendy's had the pretzel burger for a while, and then they didn't have it, and everybody was like, "Why do you hate humanity like this?" And then they brought it back like a year later, and Boys II Men wrote a song about the pretzel burger.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and the funny thing is they didn't even really write the song. They just sang tweets of people begging Wendy's to bring the pretzel burger back, but at the same time it was Boys II Men quality. Like, it was a really good song, and then it was gone in like another 6 weeks, so I don't even know why they bothered.
Yeah, but that worked, man. Like, they just hit like a cyclone of people really, really wanting it, and then they knew when to walk away.
And then
there's the Szechuan sauce.
Don't even get me started on that. Morning Sunday said that spicy nuggets are back at Wendy's, and I actually knew about that, and I saw a post where somebody tweeted at Wendy's like, "Hey, you know, the Burger King has the spicy nuggets too," and they're like, "Yeah, there's also water in the dumpster out back if you want some."
Oh, damn!
Ooh.
Savage.
They're still keeping up the savage?
No, Barrel brings up a good point that I think actually has been made on List Critics before, that nobody's ever seen a restaurant commercial for like Chinese restaurants. It just doesn't. They just appear. They don't ever advertise. Like, maybe you'll get like one of those old timey like things on your doorknob with the menu in it, but that's about as far as it goes.
That's all you need.
Okay, here, this next one, number 12. This is another one that I've seen before, and it shows this kid, looks about maybe 16, 17 years old, and he's holding this oversized novelty pencil, and he says, "So I have this giant pencil, right? I think we all know where this is going." And then the next picture, he's like drawing of SpongeBob using the giant pencil. And it says, "The amount of people saying they were expecting me to shove it up my ass is alarming."
Wow.
I think we know where this is going. All right, number 13. Less Meta More Beta posts this picture of this dude. Like, he's a surfer and he's like leaping into the water, but he's doing like this giant ballet leap. And it says, "Golly fucking gosh, what a nice day for surfing." He does look extremely happy.
Well, at least he died doing what he loves.
Leaping through the air. All right, number 14. Gay or Luke says, security question. What was the last name of your first grade teacher? My first grade teacher hacking my bank account. I'm in. Wolf Valkyrie says, why is this so fucking funny? And Gay or Luke says, it's a joke. That is the reason it's so funny. You know, we didn't need the second and third post there. The first post was fine. Number 15, Her Whisper is the Gyp says, I had a dream that I was walking around with a shirt with stalks of corn all over it, and somebody was like, what the fuck are you wearing? And I said, it's a crop top. I laughed so hard that I woke up. Jesse, did you post this?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Damn.
Number 16, Potato Leda says, my stomach growled super loud in French. Oh my god. What? All right, so Universal Potato Chip replies, I would like to clarify my stomach did not speak French. It growled in French class. I apologize. And Consulting Cat Lady says, bonjour. And Kavat the Unkvoth says, le growl. And Phantom X-Rose says, hon hon hon, feed me a baguette. And Dauntless Shadow Hunter Ravenclaw says, why do I even go to this website?
Oh, pamplemousse.
Oh, snap.
La na na.
Did you just say pineapple?
Maybe.
See. Number 17, Verly Quinn says, "Look, the only live-action Disney remake I want is The Emperor's New Groove, and I want there to be no CGI. I want Kuzco to be played by 2 actors in a cheap llama costume." And then Walu Wadjet posts a picture of 2 guys in a cheap llama costume running on the beach. They just had that picture ready to go.
I hope that they set it all up just for this joke.
Picture ready to go.
Walu Wadjet does.
They had a free Saturday.
Yeah. They just had, like, I'm going to come up with as many ridiculous pictures as I can to, like, anything that happens on Tumblr, I'm ready. Number 18, Food Chewer says, "I can't express how much I hate fucking bees." That could go one of 2 ways.
Yeah, where's the emphasis?
And Really Lame Blog says, "Then stop fucking bees. It's a really simple solution." And Food Chewer says, "You know what I meant." And Alternative Wall says, "Not after Bee Movie, we don't." Good point.
Bees are people too.
The girl had a crush on the bee. I actually have seen that movie now because of my nephews, and I don't want to say that it was completely awful, but it was mostly awful.
What's the deal with honey?
Did you hear about the woman that had watched the Bee Movie on her Netflix account over 200 times and was contacted by Netflix?
I think you're urban legending a little. It was just that they tweeted out something like, "Hey, shout out to the one person who's watched Bee Movie like 200 times."
No, it was legit. It turned out that she had this child that really loved the Bee Movie, and it was the only thing that would calm her down.
Oh, well, that'll do it. Because I heard about that. I heard about that, and I figured it has to be just like kid's favorite movie, you know?
Yeah, but it's actually this one kid that, for some reason, the only thing that would calm them down was the Bee Movie.
Oh, my God.
They watched it every night.
Riddle says his mom is a beekeeper and would be very annoyed. Now, you know, that reminds me of this video I saw like in the very early days of YouTube, and it had this little kid. He looked about 3 or 4 years old, and he's in the back seat of a car in his little car seat, just crying, and the father is filming him, and the mother's like, "What's wrong?" You know, and basically like nothing they can do can calm this kid down until they played Iron Maiden on the radio. That got him happy.
I have this video in my favorites.
You've seen that then? Okay. Wow.
That's amazing.
I think the video was literally called "Iron Maiden Makes Me Happy" or something like that, you know?
I need to find that later.
Well, it's in Jesse's favorites, so he could link you up to it right quick. All right. So number 19, Fox Girl says, "I wish none of you were sad." Marion Newell says, "I wish there was a peace and justice and wealth and happiness and good people all over around all the planet." And Fox Girl says, "Try and one-up me again, bitch." I mean, yeah, that's kind of a dick move.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah. All right, number 20. Lightbird says, "Your bed is probably as happy to see you as you are to see it. Here comes the warmth slab," it thinks. And then Tarjan says, "Wrong," it thinks. "God, hope this dipshit doesn't spill beans all over me again. Who the fuck eats beans in bed?" Stop reblogging this. This is the same person. "Stop reblogging this. New Year's Eve me haven't spilled beans in bed once this year." And then another post from the same person. Uh-oh. I wish you guys could see my face. I'm very confused. And here's the last one, number 21. Gav Rock and Roll says, "You are the dancing queen, young and sweet. This bitch empty yeet." I think it'll only work in song. "You are the dancing queen, young and sweet. This bitch empty yeet."
Yeet, come on, man.
Yeet.
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 It's the new woot.
Yeah. Well, it actually, unlike woot, it actually does kind of have a meaning, though. It means to throw something, is to yeet something. So I don't know if you saw, Jesse, but I recently played through that game on Twitch. I played Guacamelee, which I enjoyed very much.
Yeah, the Metroidvania.
Yeah, and so much of the combat is you do these combos and whatnot, but then you have to throw the enemies. And one of the great best things to do is, you paid and got yeeted, exactly, is to throw the enemies into other enemies. And every time I threw one, I'd be like, "I'm gonna yeet a fool at another fool," you know. I will hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker. All right, out of 21, this was mediocre, to be honest. They're usually better than this. I'm gonna give it a 15. Jesse, what is your grade for Tumblr getting deep on these nuts.
I'm keeping it legal with 18.
It's legal everywhere. Kyle?
What was the question again?
Your rating for that list, from one being that was the worst fucking list you've ever heard, and 21 being that was pretty fucking dope. Don't overthink this. It doesn't matter.
10.
10. Whoa.
Whoa.
That was harsh. Okay, so...
Turns out it does matter.
Shit, the points are made up and nothing matters. We're moving on to 15 Twitter jokes everyone should read, or something, whatever the hell it's called these days. They keep changing the name of it.
They should really put should in, like, italicized quotes.
Yeah, these are usually pretty bad. Let's see how it goes. Number 1, Addison says, when people leave my 15-year-old sister on red, she sends them voice memos of her screaming. That's not a joke. That's just funny, though.
On red?
When you leave somebody on, when you get that red receipt where it says this, you send somebody a text and it says this person read your text on such and such, but then they never reply to you.
I was thinking of the color. Ugh, my head is somewhere else.
Your head is in the red zone.
Hey, the white zone is for loading and unloading.
You've gone Tharn. All right, number 2. Bam says, guys, let me tell you what my manager did today. A grown woman on a 6-figure salary poured a cup of tea on her work laptop and the keyboard stopped working. I told her to put it in rice, so she went to M&S. Please look at this. So she got some cooked rice and put the cooked rice on the keyboard.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Dum dum dum
This
dum.
makes me face palm
dumb.
so hard.
Wow. Okay, that's that's not at all what you're supposed to do. Number 3, Kibblesmith says, hold up. Forrest Whitaker is winner of Best Actor, which is a synonym for Worthiest Faker, which is an anagram for Forrest Whitaker. That's no. I rebuke that.
Worthiest faker and anagram.
So they're saying that Worthiest Faker is like a different way of saying Best Actor, and then that's an anagram for Forrest Whitaker.
Bit of a stretch.
I don't know, Riddle. I already closed the window.
I have no idea who that even is.
Mike Primavera. I could.
Primavera?
Hold on. I'll bring it back up. I'll break it. It's some of them are better than others. I'll tell you who posted it.
T Sparkle, did you see Rogue One?
That's
I'm
That's
not really
random.
a Star Wars fan.
Oh, because Forrest Whitaker was Saw Gerrera in that movie.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't actually say that. Pleated jeans. This new layout is fucking gross. All right. Number 4, Andrea says, so it was my cousin's 3rd birthday, and instead of having a normal theme, she chose this. All right, guys, I'm going to have to share the screen here for a moment, because... Oh, actually, I'm already sharing the screen? Why is it showing my screen?
You've been sharing the screen the whole time.
Oh, I'm glad I don't have any porn windows up, but... Wait, why is it showing that? Oh, because... All right. Well, now you guys saw it.
Phew!
Why did nobody in chat tell me that?
I thought it was supposed to be like that.
No, it's supposed to be the damn logo. You thought I did it on purpose, Riddle? No, I only do that when I want to show you guys something, because you didn't... Like, what kind of crazy texts and shit are going to come through here? I don't want you guys to see everything.
So, what was the theme? Like a first moon party?
All right, I'll put it back up. You got to look at it, though.
I don't have your thing up.
Ah, you got to get it up, Jesse.
Tell me about it.
Put the key in the keyhole. No, it was like this weird.
That's my joke. That's my joke, John.
Wrecked. Okay, I'm just gonna move. It's just like some creepy Coraline looking thing. All right, number 5. Oh God. So Sarah here says, never found the time my brother missed the bus and wrote my mom this. Wait, never forget the time my brother missed the bus and wrote my mom this note. By the way, the reason that was showing was because of the last stream. I ended it with like Pokemon Showdown, so I had like my browser up there, but I forgot to make it invisible. So this is this person's brother missed the bus and then wrote this note to their mother. As your son, I regret to inform you that I've missed my means of public transportation. I know you must be on a roller coaster of emotions right now, but rest assured I've decided to stay home. This was a tough decision to make while you were gone for 20 minutes. I'm probably in my bed moping about the fact that I can't go to school, so please don't interrupt me. If you require any further assistance, please see the pros and cons chart on the back. And then there's a picture of that. Pros. First day home this quarter. Grades will be fine. And today was going to be a bad one. Can't get over my hair. Cons. Might become a hobbit. Doubtful. And you have to call the school and tell them I've got polio.
Well, okay then.
That kid put way too much thought into it.
As someone who missed the bus a lot in high school, I can tell you that's way more effort than I put into telling my parents that I missed the bus.
Well, I mean, apparently this only happened once. If you're missing it every time, like what would you do like the 15th time or whatever that you missed the bus? Like what was the protocol for you?
Eventually, I'd just be like,
I'm asking Kyle.
I don't wanna go.
Okay, so can you make me louder? I got it.
He's already pretty loud, but okay. I actually can't. I got him maxed out.
Well, I just turned up the gain on my mic. Do I sound better?
They'll have to wait for Riddle. Hey, Sarah, how's it going?
Anyways, when I missed the bus, first thing I would do is call my house and see if my mother was still home or if she had already left for work.
Mm-hmm.
And if she was still home, she'd usually give me a ride to the next bus stop. I mean, not the next, but one that was somewhat on her way to work, but was a few minutes later so that I could catch the bus. If the bus had already gone beyond that point,
what happens if your mother's not there?
If my mother's not there, I call my neighbor and see if he's home because he's a teacher at my high school.
Oh, there you go. Carpool. All right. I was expecting some kind of then I just jerked around all day.
I mean, there were a few times when he had already left because he leaves early. And I just...
Well, Barrel, Barrel is...
Called school, I missed the bus, I'm playing video games all day.
Yeah, there you go. No, they're talking about the school bus, not just public transportation. I took public transportation to school, but because I was in New York City, but they're talking about the school bus, All right, number 6. Eric Curtin here says, me stepping into the shower and trying not to do anything to anger the spider. And then spider on the ceiling watching me, and it's literally that person's picture looking freaked out, but flipped upside down so it looks like they're on the ceiling.
oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah, Jesse's got a whole thing about spiders.
Especially because when I can't see them, and then they're just like, hello, really close.
I am a good spider. Number 7, Ruth Ann says, I'm not in a Walmart parking lot physically right now, but I am in a Walmart parking lot emotionally. Wow, that is real. The emotional state of being in a Walmart parking lot, that's stressful.
I don't know. That can be good or bad.
No, it's all bad.
But what if you just bought some cool shit?
At Walmart?
Yeah.
If you say so.
With the Walmart just off my college campus, that could be great because, everything there's super cheap. You can get it to the college without having to pay for gas.
Yeah, but we're talking about the parking lot.
True.
All right, number 8 shows a picture of somebody's turtle holding a chicken nugget, and it says, my parents have a pet... Oh, it's a tortoise. My parents have a pet tortoise, and he walks around the house. Today he found a chicken nugget under the couch, and he brought it to them as a gift. What? People keep tortoises as pets, and they just roam around free? They don't put them in a tank?
Well, it was very thoughtful of the tortoise.
Look, I found you chick nugs. All right, number 9. So Ellie Sunakawa says, well, that's a first. The picture is an alert. ASLDKJFH.pdf already exists. Do you want to replace it? What are the chances, right?
That's just either laziness or genius or a cat.
What was the name of the document again?
It's just keyboard mashing. ASLDKJFH.
Okay, so that's...
Yeah, it's blah, blah, blah. Ask blah, 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 blah. All right, number 10. Ivy here says, so I painted my birth control packet. And They painted a picture of a woman like yeeting a baby away from her.
Throw baby.
Kick the baby. Don't kick the baby. Kick the baby.
Kick the baby.
All right, number 11, Tracy Tom says, I hope Google never goes down. I know like 6, maybe 7 things.
One of those better be how to use a computer.
One of those better be what another search engine is.
Or, get learned.
Get learned, bitch. All right, number 12, Stella Donnelly Stan says, can someone write an article on millennials killing the doorbell industry by texting here? That I've actually seen that article, so that's not even funny. I'm glad you're.
But it's a little slice of life.
Yeah, I'm glad you're trying Dragon Quest, hipster. Sarah, rather. I saw you were playing 9. Number 13, Meg here says, I have a good feeling by the time I'm 55, I'm going to start seeing commercials telling me if I ever owned a Four Loko and show medical symptoms, I'm entitled to financial compensation. You know what? That might actually happen.
Turns out that there was asbestos inside.
If you or a family member have ever drank Four Loko and you are now diagnosed with mesothelioma, please contact the law offices of Fuck and You.
Those mesothelioma commercials, they just never went away.
Oh my god.
I
They're still
have like 30 tapes in my house of recordings from back before I had a DVR, and every single one of them has at least one commercial about mesothelioma.
It's true. They're everywhere. Number 14, Lauren Ho says, I found a phone by the pool earlier and texted the person who kept texting to let them know that I'd found the phone. And now 2 people are saying it's their boyfriends, and he's saying don't give it to one of them, but she might lie. So fuck this shit. I just called his mom. Now he's mad.
Really getting intertwined with that life.
Is that even a joke? Like, these are supposed to be jokes, though. Like, remember when this list was just terrible jokes? Now it's terrible anecdotes.
Yeah, there's not even a punchline. It's just like,
Number 15. So how you doing, whores? That's this person's Twitter handle, is how you doing, whores. It says, an actual text my mother just sent me. And so the text that they sent their mother is, no, I'm not in a good mood. And the mother says, okay, maybe have a banana and sit outside for a while.
Yeah, just calm down.
Is that a thing? Where you go outside with a banana and off. Like, does this work? Because
what the hell is a banana gonna do?
Raise your potassium level? I don't know.
Maybe just like take 10 or 20% off there, Super Chief. Like, calm down.
Oh, the chat is fucking funny today. All right, well that's honestly this was pretty bad. Kyle, you're gonna go first this time. Out of 15, what do you say?
6.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. 6. What, Jesse?
If 6 was 9, I'd give it a 9.
So,
it's a 9.
Oh, okay. I was confused whether you were giving it a 6 or a 9.
I was also quoting a Jimi Hendrix song.
Oh, okay. All right. So I have a couple of lists here from Crack that I brought up earlier that I thought might be interesting. The first is 19 solutions to everyday problems that deserve more hype. So
is this a life hacks thing?
It might be. Yeah, it might be. I don't know. I know you hate life hacks, so let's see. All right, number 19, trying to get a hold of customer service but don't have 40 minutes of your life to waste. The Get Human app will give you the fastest and best phone numbers to use with instructions on the shortest sequence through the phone maze to get to an agent. It can even call the number, go through the phone maze, wait on hold for you, and then call you back once they get a real live human being.
That's not very funny.
It's not supposed to be funny.
I know.
It's supposed to be useful.
That would have been useful when my mother was screaming at how much she hated GameStop back in December.
Why was she... What? Oh, this is a story we have to hear.
Okay. So, around Christmas time, my mother wanted to get some of the stuff from GameStop.
Yeah.
And she
as you do.
GameStop gift card so that she could not put everything on her credit card. And... so she used the gift card in her transaction, and it came out to like 300 something plus tax.
Wow, okay.
300. So she put the tax on a credit card.
Okay.
But then the credit card was charged the full price. And of course, she didn't
What?
keep the gift card. So she had to call GameStop to complain.
Wait,
But it was Christmas time.
wait, I'm not understanding this. She bought... Oh, okay, so what you're saying is she paid cash or whatever and then put the tax on a credit card? Like what? I'm not
She used
understanding.
a gift card and put the rest on a credit card.
Oh, so they used the gift card up and then also charged her the full amounts on a credit card.
Correct. So then...
That's a
They're
big
double dipping.
That's a big negative bonus there.
Yep. So she called to complain, and they wanted to give her a GameStop gift card.
Oh, because
Not what she wanted.
because that works so well.
Right. She wanted a refund on her credit card.
Obviously, yeah.
So before she even got to that point, she had to wait on the phone for about 40 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And then when they finally said, okay, we're going to do that for you, they put it on hold for a minute, and then the line disconnected.
Of course it
Whoa!
did. Of course it. You know what? You know what? When did you say this happened? In November of last year?
December. Like 15th.
Okay, of last year.
Yes.
So no wonder she's always so pissed. I'd still be pissed.
Yeah.
Like,
Welcome to
then the next
GameStop.
thing that happened was she called GameStop back and explained what she had already tried to do, and they put her on hold again,
oh my god.
and it disconnected again. But that was after another 40-minute wait.
Holy this is
So,
this is why they're
I
not going to
call-
be around much longer.
I called on my phone and got right through in like maybe a minute, and I explained it and I said, hey, can I give you a callback number so if we are disconnected, we can, you can call me back.
Smart.
And then a week passes by. She doesn't get a refund on her credit card,
Oh my god.
but we got a gift card in the mail.
Holy fucking shit.
Calling to complain, and she finally got them to process a refund on the credit card, but they didn't cancel the gift card.
Wow.
So
Now her
then
turn to double
she-
dip.
Yep. So she found the gift card like a month ago and is like, "Hey Kyle, you want to go scam GameStop?
And you're just like, your ears...
$56 or whatever the amount was to GameStop on a gift card."
Nice.
Wow.
No wonder they're not going to be around much longer. That's fucked up, man.
That was like the snake eating its own tail for a while there.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 18, a new kind of anti-snoring patch controls snoring by directly eliminating its sound. The wearable noise-canceling device called Silent Partner creates an anti-snore sound wave that is the exact opposite of your snore, canceling it out. Okay, wait a minute. Does that work? Because can you just, like, if somebody's annoying, you just play something that's like the opposite of them and then you can't hear them? That doesn't... It sounds like it just be two sounds going on at the same time.
Yeah, like what kind of sound does it
think
emit?
What is this, like antimatter but for sound? There's no logic on that one. You can't just like play like easy listening to cancel out heavy metal. It doesn't work like that.
Right. I mean, it might cancel out for you, but then they're hearing whatever it is you're playing.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. There's no like opposite sound that you play and they just like destroy each other and you don't hear anything. You would just hear. You would hear both.
It's like if a plane flew backwards. It's not like you create an anti-sonic boom or anything.
Unless you can destroy the sound
Yeah,
barrier.
it's really quiet instead of being really loud.
It repairs the sound barrier.
Yeah, there you go. It repairs this, like the sound barrier is a physical thing that you actually broke. Okay, number 17. Trying to catch up on the latest episode of The Walking Dead but don't want to wake up your sleeping partner? The Audio Spotlight 161i by Holosonics is exactly what you need. Using directional audio technology, it can focus the sound so that only you can hear the dying screams of the unfortunate victims. Wow, that's great for the people who can't spend a few dollars on headphones.
Yeah, or for the people who are still watching that show.
Wow.
No, Sarah, we're doing a podcast now. But I mean, you could chat with us in chat all you want. But yeah, we're doing a thing here. That is so dumb. Okay, so far only one of these is good. Number 16. Most people often bemoan the valuable seconds spent tying your shoes every day. Most people bemoan this? I would think most people don't even think about it.
Oh man, don't get me started
Yeah.
on the amount of times
Ugh.
I'm tying my shoes and I'm
Yeah.
like,
You
ah!
think about it until you're tying the shoes for
What's
someone else.
what's the deal with tying your shoes? Oh wow.
Are you 6?
Introducing the self-lacing sneaker. Made by Nike. It has built-in laces that can loosen and tighten on their own. A sensor in the heel just knows when you put on the shoes and triggers the laces to tighten. Or you could do like most lazy fucks like myself do, and just not even bother. Just keep them tied and slip your foot in and out of the shit.
That's literally what I do every day.
I'm pretty sure everybody does that these
Or
days.
get those Back to the Future shoes.
Well, that's basically what
Actually,
it is.
Those shoes were made in limited batches.
Yeah.
Nike made them back in 2015.
Was it Nike or was it Reebok? I thought it was Reebok.
You know what? Now I'm curious. I thought it was Nike.
It could be Nike. I don't know. All right, number 15. The flush down device and seat are easy to install. No tools needed. Feel your marriage and household falling apart because of that damn toilet seat? Then get the flush down automatic toilet seat, a device that automatically closes the toilet seat when you flush. Okay, like that would only be fun if like it played like a little sound effect, like cheering or like a goose honking or something. Like there's got to be some sort of audio clue.
There's more going on in this suggestion, though, because if your marriage is falling apart, it's certainly not because of the toilet seat.
Well, it's like that episode of South Park with Clyde, and every time he left the toilet seat up, his mother would freak out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot more going on.
Yeah. Number 4.
I found it, and it's actually Nike.
Oh, okay, cool. Number 14.
Someone's trying to sell one for $42,500.
No, thank you. You honk. Too lazy to mow your lawn? Ever look at a Roomba and think it needs more killing power? Then the Honda Mimo robotic lawnmower is for you. Or it's not for me because that's a terrible idea.
Mimo. It has a cute name.
Mimo. It's Mimo. Mimo.
Mimo.
Mimo.
Mimo.
Hello, my name is Nino. Only Barrel will get that joke. All right, number 13. Tired of always having to hear with your ears? These bone-conducting headphones... I'm sorry. These bone-conducting headphones send sound directly to the cochlea, leaving your ears open so you can still be aware of the world around you. So it's a cochlear implant.
Ugh, I don't know, man. I ain't doing surgery.
Well, that's for deaf people, though. That's not so you can hear two things at once. That's stupid.
Yeah, or just, like have your headphones on, but just one ear.
There you go. Number 12. Science has created the perfect ice cream scoop. Scoop that is covered with an insulated nonstick coating and has a thermal ring that dissipates freezing temperatures up through the handle. It then uses heat transfer physics to pull heat from your hand into a reservoir, which is delivered back to the ring to keep the scooping surface warm. Or you could just use a cup of hot water. That's what I do.
Yeah, just run it under some hot water for like a second.
That's what. Now, okay. How much would you guys guess that something like that costs? Because I'm about to Google it and find out because I'm sure it's stupid.
$29.99. I'm gonna go a little expensive.
That's your guess, Kyle. How much would you guess that the scoop that costs?
I'm gonna guess $49.99.
Okay.
Asshole.
Oh, that's like that person on The Price is Right that you're like, I'm gonna guess $300. Well, no, I'm gonna guess $301. They're actually $20 a pop.
I went over.
Yeah, they're not that bad. $19.95. Blah, 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 blah.
Wow.
Nino. All right, number 11. It's a well-known fact and common sense that sitting for 8 hours every day is not good for you. The Stir Kinetic Desk can be programmed with the percentage of time a user would like to sit and stand each day, and the desk takes over. It gives a gentle reminder that it's time to shift position and then raises or lowers. Well, I hope you're not keeping anything important that's wired on your desk because that's going to go flying.
Or like a cup of coffee.
Well, that would probably be fine, but I'm thinking of like wires, like if you have like your PC tower on the ground and it's like connected to all your, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would not go well.
That's asking for it. That's asking for it, man. That's not going to end well. Number 10. Now you can make the perfect cocktail every time. The perfect drink set comes with a smart scale, phone stand, shaker, and the app. Place your container on the scale and then start pouring. The app will tell you when to stop, and if you overpour a certain ingredient, the app will recalculate to make sure your drink is perfectly proportioned. You can even use a pitcher or a bowl on the scale in case there is a party. Or you could just not suck at mixing drinks.
Yeah, would this work? Would this really work?
I would imagine this would be really expensive and stupid.
I'd imagine it'd
Welcome
be
to
way
most
too
apps.
expensive.
Yeah. So it's not just an
It'd be
app.
useful for people that are terrible.
You have to
with
buy like a
measuring.
scale and it's like a whole fucking setup. All right. Number 9. Luckily there's a solution to what? What's the problem? Oh, it's animated. All right. Too many credit cards to keep track of? Luckily there's a solution since 2013 in the form of digital credit card organizers that can store all of your card numbers securely and can be used anywhere. Oh, so now they could all be stolen at the same time.
Yeah, I was just saying there's a little more to this.
Yeah.
Yep.
That just sounds bad.
I've actually seen some of those on display at I don't even remember what the electronics convention was, but they had something exactly like that.
Well, it says it's been around since 2013. So you're breaking up a bit, Kyle. You're clipping.
Ah, great.
Yeah, you're clipping a lot. Jesse, say something. No, Jesse's not clipping.
Hey,
right?
what's going on?
Yeah, no, Jesse's. It's just Kyle. Yeah.
It's better now.
Oh, it is better now. There you go. Whatever you just did fixed it.
Well,
Okay.
I just dropped a connection because Charter sucks.
Oh, okay. Isn't it irritating to wake up in the morning and have all the lights left on and the TV blaring? Samsung's Sleep Sense device integrates with other devices within your home and automatically turns off your lights, TV, and adjusts the thermostat while you fall asleep. Or you could just not leave the lights on and like
Just get a clapper.
the
Clap off.
crap on, crap off, the crapper. All right, number 7. Most of these are pretty bad. Going for medical checkups is a pain in the ass, huh? Why not do the checkup yourself? The MC10 Biostamp allows you to gather information about your health. All you'll need is... Thank you for the bits, Chris! Thank you for the bits. Why not do the checkup yourself? The MC10 Biostamp allows you to gather information about your health. All you need to do is stick the Biostamp, which is as big as a Band-Aid and slightly heavier than a nickel, on your body, and you will be able to access the data about your health on your smartphone. You can even skip getting stuck in a hospital bed and wear this at home while your doctor can monitor your health as you go about your daily business. This seems like a really, really, really bad idea.
No.
Because it seems to me like you're going to put this thing on and it's going to totally like WebMD you. Like, you're just going to put it on, it's going to be like, you have cancer.
That's going to be that's going to be like the default.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way that's a good idea. And
You have mesothelioma.
you brought it back.
If you or a family member have encountered mesothelioma.
Number 6. This high-tech paint can actually kill infection-causing bacteria. It's a microbicidal paint that can kill greater than 99.9% of staph, E. coli, and more after 2 hours of exposure to the painted surface. As great it is, it can't help with your horrible taste and color. Sorry. Wait, so... What?
So what's in it?
Who cares what's in it? I'm just trying to figure out the point, because it's like, so my walls are dirty. I'll just paint them.
It's Howie Mandel's dream.
It's crazy. All right. Number 5. Feeding, seeing, and speaking to your pet while you're on the move is no longer a problem. Feed and Go Smart Pet Feeder has Wi-Fi and a webcam that you can connect to any smartphone.
I think I've seen this.
Unfortunately, I've seen it too.
They still got to poop, though. Like, how is that going to work?
Yep.
Holy shiitake mushrooms.
And I saw
Morning.
an electronic feeder, like you tell it. Oh, hi.
Wait, I'm sorry, Kyle. I have to acknowledge this. Morning just gave me 500 bits. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Morning.
Wow.
500 bits. And that shared rewards to 10 others in chat, apparently. I don't know what that means, but that's pretty fucking sweet. Thank you so much.
Way to be Morning Sunday.
Morning Sunday. You know, like Morning Sunday came into my stream the other day, and that's how I met them. And you know who that is, Jesse?
Mm-hmm.
That's Rocher JT from YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So they came in the other day, and I forgot where I was going with this. Never mind. Oh yeah, I kept saying morning sun. Every time I read it, I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I almost called you morning wood." Like my mind keeps saying morning glory, morning wood. You know, like I'm trying to get it into my head. Morning Sunday, especially since it's not even spelled like morning. You know. All right, number 4. If you want to watch TV in the bathroom, there's a more elegant solution than bringing a tablet and exposing it to germs or risk dropping it into the water. Install a TV mirror. Or you could just bring your phone in.
Pretty much what I do.
Like, literally, they have, like, a display, like, in the middle of the mirror.
Why?
Because some people have too much money.
You people have too much money.
Yeah.
And
People are going to have the iPads on the walls,
Yeah.
man.
And they can't... But this is beyond iPad on the wall. This is an iPad integrated into a mirror. And I'm just... They won't spend their money on just anything. It has to be really fucking stupid. All right. Now, and, you know, Barrel brings up a good point. Like, if there's some sort of, like, feeding app that, like, gives out, like, a cup of dog food when you do it or whatever, the dog is going to figure out how it works. Or just break it.
The breaking one sounds most likely. I can have all the food now.
And also, like, how many people have their mirrors set up in the bathroom where you're directly facing it while you're pooping? That doesn't seem like most bathrooms that I've been in.
Whenever I go into a bathroom that's designed like that, like, you know, a friend's place or a
it's
guest
not,
place, it makes me feel a little uncomfortable.
I've only seen that, like, a few times, and it's always like, oh, why did they do it like this? This is no good. I don't want to look at myself shitting. All right, number 3. No more overdone steaks for you. Pantelligent is a frying pan that communicates with your phone via Bluetooth to guide you through your cooking. It has sensors to measure the temperature of the food so it can tell you exactly when to stir, flip, change the stove heat, etc. Okay, so instead of just learning how to cook a steak, we're going to spend probably hundreds of dollars on a smart frying pan.
Oh, smart pan. Awesome.
All right, so let's try this again with Pantelligent, the smart frying pan. Guys, how much would you guess that something like this costs?
$250.
Okay, so $250 is Kyle's guess. Jesse?
I'm gonna go with my $29.99 again.
Well, it's actually exactly $200, so Kyle kind of wins that one.
Without going over, yeah.
Wow. Number 2, unsure if that meat you brought last week is still good to eat. There's Food Sniffer for that. The device scans the food and sends the results of its bioorganic freshness test to your phone via Bluetooth. Or you could
It's
just...
called your nose.
You could just... Okay, that was very loud, Jesse.
Oh, sorry.
You were like... You're peeking and everything. Yeah, just... Like, really? Really?
Are people that lazy?
You're getting a gallbladder scan, Sarah? Well, I hope everything turns out okay. And if you have to have the gallbladder removed, it's actually not that big of a deal. It's something that you can live without. You just have to, maybe not eat certain things. But I hope it all goes well, and definitely keep me well, you got 4 weeks left, but when it happens and everything, let me know what's going on with that. I want to be kept abreast of the situation. And finally, number 1, don't you just hate it when you get to the grocery store but forget what it was that you needed to buy? The Samsung Family Hub fridge has 3 quality cameras inside that take a picture every time the fridge door closes, and you can access these images anytime by using your smartphone to take a peek inside. You can even go online to order groceries right on the door using its HD LCD screen without having to leave the kitchen. Or, you could just write a note, like a list of what you need, and bring the list with you. You could even do that on your phone.
Yeah.
Man, there have been...
I don't know a single person that doesn't just write things on a list when they run out of them.
That's what we do, and sometimes I put the list on my phone. Okay, Samsung, I love Samsung products, but that's ridiculous. Samsung Family Hub fridge. How much are we guessing this costs?
Oh, I don't know how much fridges cost.
$5,000.
Okay. Jesse?
What did he say?
He said 5,000.
I'll go 1,500. Oh, Morning Sunday said 1,500.
1,500. Okay. Well, there's actually several different models of these fridges. The cheapest one is about $1,400, and the most expensive is about $3,600. So,
Dang.
now, for the record, a regular ass fridge would probably cost you $300-$400.
Oh, okay.
So, just so you know.
Well,
Yeah, but
have
you
you?
throw a screen in there, you have it say Samsung, and you add
Yeah.
features you don't
Hey,
need,
I love Samsung.
Wi-Fi connectivity.
I love Samsung
Oh,
for
I know.
my
Samsung's
for my
great.
phone. Sarah, make sure that you're keeping hydrated. Okay, drink lots of water if that's what's going on. Okay. All right. Well,
Samsung storage devices,
I mean,
my
yeah.
phone,
Which,
everything.
yeah, I have a I've never had a phone that wasn't a Samsung, but okay. Out of oh shit, I closed. How many was that? That was oh, where did the thing go? Oh,
Have you tried your browsing history?
no, I got it back up. It's there were 19 out of 19. Okay, the first one was good. After that, it was all downhill. I'm gonna give that a 2.
I'm going with 3.
Jesse.
I'm looking at this from a different angle, as the sheer ridiculousness of it. I'm gonna go 15.
Well, then it's going to be a high. If we're going to go by how ridiculous it is, it's
That's how much I enjoyed it.
If we're
okay.
going by how ridiculous it is, then
I'm going to give it an 18 if we're going by how ridiculous it is.
well, of course, they're all ridiculous.
All right. Also from Crack, we have 23 eerily specific predictions from history that came true.
Oh, some Nostradamus stuff.
I went through this earlier. No, it's
Simpsons did it.
no,
Yeah.
no, not like that. Well, here, it's more like things from books or movies that literally were speculative fiction about the future, and then that actually happened.
Yep.
So-
1984.
Well, that hasn't happened yet. All right,
Cyberpunk 2077.
that hasn't even come out yet. All right, okay. So number 23. Would you watch a TV show in which the contestants ate live insects to win money? In his March 18th, 1990 column, humorist Dave Barry wondered the same thing. You come across a program called Eat Bugs for Money, wherein they bring out a large live insect and the contestants secretly write down the minimum amount of money that they would have to be given to eat it, and whichever one has the lowest bid has to actually do it. Admit it, you would watch this program. In fact, right now you're saying to yourself, hey, I wonder what channel that's on. Hell yeah, we watched that one. Fear Factor ran from 2001 to 2006 on NBC. During these stomach-turning 6 seasons, contestants ate a lot of bugs for money.
Oh man, the bathtub full of spiders. I couldn't even watch it. I had to like.
You can't even look at like one spider. A bathtub full of spiders. What do they have to do? Lay in it?
Yeah, they had to lay in it and just let them do their thing.
Wouldn't that kill a lot of the spiders?
Well, no, they had them dumped on them.
Oh, that's worse. You sent a list? Okay, Chris. I'll keep an eye out for that. I don't see it. I don't see it. Oh, you put it on the okay, I got it. Yeah. Oh, okay, and I see Riddle sent one too. We'll do the submitted lists right after this one then. Okay, so number 22. In 2005's remake of The Longest Yard, Adam Sandler leads a team of underdog convicts to victory against the heavily favored guards. The game is supposed to be a tune-up for the guards. The idea for this game is given to the warden by Sandler, who says in college we'd start every season against Appalachian State or some slack Division II team, kick the living shit out of them. 2 years after The Longest Yard, the number 5 ranked Michigan Wolverines played Appalachian State in a tune-up game to start the season. Following the script, the Mountaineers would pull off the upset, walking away with a win and a check from the University of Michigan for $400,000.
Oh, I'm glad that happened.
I can sense the sarcasm. I can cut it with a knife. Number 21. After the first Gulf War, when the USA and other coalition forces expelled Saddam Hussein from Kuwait, the defense secretary at the time commented on the prospect for advancing further into Iraq and toppling Saddam. 23 years on, and the USA totally hasn't been involved in a huge quagmire involving warring Iraq, ethnic factions, and thousands of U.S. casualties.
That's true.
And guess who the Secretary of State was at the time? Or Secretary of Defense, rather. Mr. Dick Cheney.
Oh, the Penguin.
Penguin? You'll never defeat me, Batman. Wah, 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 wah. Kyle, are you all right over there?
Yeah, I'm fine. I've
Okay.
just been having people come in and out of this room.
Damn. All right. Number 20, in 1999, Cowboy Bebop had a plot involving an antique spacecraft being used in a rescue mission, which nearly failed when the shuttle's heat-resistance tiles peeled off. In 2003, the space shuttle Columbia disintegrated after its heat-resistant tiles peeled off. The coincidence is creepy enough without mentioning that the ship in Bebop was called the Columbia.
Oh, wow.
That is creepy.
I've been meaning to get around to watching that. People say it's a good...
I don't care.
It's anime. I know.
I know. I'm like, whatever on that. All right,
Don't talk shit about anime.
Shit about anime. Number 19. Oh, this one's really creepy. 2 weeks before his death in a Chicago hotel, former Weezer bassist Mikey Welsh predicted his own demise via a Twitter post. And here it is. Dreamt I died in Chicago next weekend. Heart attack in my sleep. Need to write my will today. And then a follow-up tweet. Correction, the weekend after next. So he had a dream that he would die, and he the exact way that he would die, and then posted about it, and then even corrected. So wait, no, not 1 week, 2, and then he literally died 2 weeks later. And here's the thing, like, if you had that dream that you're gonna die in Chicago in 2 weeks in a hotel in your sleep, wouldn't you just stay the fuck away from Chicago?
I sure as hell would.
I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, it is still a dream. Like, you got to think in the moment before any of that happened. Like, you know.
But having read that, if you had a dream like that, wouldn't you avoid Chicago?
I don't know. I mean, if I already bought my ticket...
You're going to buy a different kind of ticket if you go.
Yeah, but this is hindsight.
No. You know what they say about hindsight? You're seeing out your ass.
Yeah.
All right, number 18. The atomic bombs were thrown. They made a mighty thunder in the air, leaving a flaring trail in the sky, a black background to those tremendous pillars of fire and radioactive vapor drifting sometimes scores of miles from the bomb center and killing all they overtook. That was H.G. Wells' in The World Set Free, written in 1913. That was 26 years before the Manhattan Project.
Wow, 26 years before splitting the atom.
Yeah.
Way to go, H.G. Wells, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know where Tanya is. I think she might have fallen asleep. Hi, Gibbs. All right, number 17. And in her ears, the little seashells, the thimble radios tamper tight in an electronic ocean of sound, of music and talk and music and talk, coming in on the shore of her unsleeping mind. That is Fahrenheit 451. Ray Bradbury knew something we didn't about AirPods.
Oh, I thought it was how to use the
three seashells. Yes. Oh, I don't. Sparkle, Kyle. Sorry. Have you ever seen that movie Demolition Man? Apparently not. You would have gotten that immediately.
No.
It was this really cheesy action movie from the '90s with Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes was the villain, and what was the female lead? I can't think of her name.
She did
Gravity, and I can't think of Sandra Bullock. I just remembered. So yeah, it was this really cheesy sci-fi action movie, but there was this running joke about the whole thing was that Sylvester Stallone was this cop from like the 80s or 90s or whenever the movie came out, and that he got frozen, and it's like like a Buck Rogers thing where he's in the future, and he goes to the bathroom. And he comes out and he says, "There's no toilet paper in there." They're like, "Toilet paper? What's that?" They have no idea what toilet paper is. They say, "We just used the three seashells." And it was this whole thing about where nobody would tell him how to use the three seashells.
And they never explain it.
No, they never did. Oh, yeah.
Put that on your watch list.
Yeah, I mean, don't think that it's going to be a good movie because it's absolutely not, but it is hilarious. Number 16, when the Treaty of Versailles was signed, officially ending the First World War in 1919, French Marshal Ferdinand Foch responded, "This is not peace. It is an armistice for 20 years." And the Second World War started in 1939. All right, number 15. In 1925, upon returning from a trip to Asia, U.S. Army Air Service General Billy Mitchell Billy Mitchell.
Billy Mitchell.
I don't think it's the same guy. Billy Mitchell submitted an intelligence report warning of a future war between the United States of America and the Empire of Japan. This war would begin with a Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, followed by... What are you unzipping?
Oh, wow, that was pretty loud. My Switch case.
Jeezy. Okay. Yeah, let's try that again. So, Billy Mitchell submitted an intelligence report. You know what's bothering me is that the word intelligence is spelled wrong, but whatever. Warning of a future war between the United States of America and the Empire of Japan. This war would begin with a Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, followed by an invasion of the Philippines on a Sunday morning. And that's exactly what happened. I mean,
morning Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about it was 14 years later, but still. All right, speaking of 14, number 14, there was a magnetic telegraph system connecting the houses of people who know each other, which allows for unplanned communications. People who live miles apart can use it to speak to each other. That's Prince Vladimir Odevsky thus predicted the internet messaging in novel The Year 4338, which he wrote in 1835.
Whoa!
He even added that each household would be publishing some kind of daily journal or newsletter and pass it around to selected friends, like blogs or Facebook or Instagram. We caught him trying to hide his gold iPhone unsuccessfully inside his code.
Gold iPhone.
Kyle, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Could you stop whatever
Yes.
it is? Okay, so number 13 is, oh god, the Mario Brothers movie where they showed the World Trade Center all fucked up.
Oh, no.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of things I forgot about that movie.
Every time I watch that, I'm like, wow, I forgot how shit this is.
Monkey.
Monkey!
Yeah.
Number 12. In a 1969 episode of Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, a sketch called News of the Future accurately predicted that Ronald Reagan would be president in 1988. Later that year, another News of the Future segment foresaw the exact year that the Berlin Wall would fall.
Damn, who knew that Laugh-In had the inside scoop?
Laugh-In's deep as fuck. Okay, number 11. This isn't a prediction, but it is creepy. Dream Theater had a live album called Live Scenes from New York that came out on September 11th, 2001. And it had the World Trade Center on it, and there was like fire behind it. So it only looked bad because it got released on that day. Obviously, it didn't predict anything.
Yeah, that's just more awful coincidence.
Yeah.
Because it was going by like they had this image from their second album where it was like the Sacred Heart wrapped in barbed wire and it was like on fire. And they did that, except they changed the heart to an apple because, like the Big Apple. And they had like, the World Trade Center and the Statue of Liberty there as well. And because the concert was in New York, so there you have it. I actually have that. They actually recalled it and reissued it with a different cover, but I actually have it with the original cover.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Cool. You know what a fan I am at Dream Theater. Number 10. Cyrano de Bergerac predicted the invention of the audiobook around 1650 in his novel The Otherworld, Comical History of the States and Empires of the Moon. He describes a box-shaped device that was a book and a musical instrument at the same time, small enough to fit in your pocket, that allowed the user to select what chapter he wanted to hear. It also had pendants that you would put on your ears to hear it while walking.
Get out of here.
Yeah, Barrel, they, like I said, they released it with a completely different cover, way more generic cover, but I have the original. Number 9. The eerie similarities between the 1912 sinking of the RSS Titanic and the 1898 novel Futility or the Wreck of the Titan by Morgan Robertson. Both ships were 800 feet long, made of steel, and were British-owned vessels. Both ships were said to be unsinkable and one of the greatest accomplishments of mankind. Both ships' starboard bow collided into an iceberg 400 miles from Newfoundland at around 20 to 25 knots. Both ships sank to the bottom of the North Atlantic around midnight in the month of April. And both ships had too few lifeboats to accommodate every passenger on board, carrying as few as the law allowed. This resulted in numerous deaths. It's amazing how we could write books about a certain event more than a decade before that event even happened.
The personification of hubris.
Wow.
Number 8. The video game Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon uncannily predicted the Russia-Georgia War. Released in 2001, the game was set in April of 2008, just a few months before the real war. There you go.
Jeez, Tom Clancy got the inside scoop.
And yeah, Barrel earlier had mentioned the Titan and Titanic coincidence, so yeah. Number 7, on January 17th, 2001, The Onion sarcastically welcomed President-elect Bush by running this story in which he promises that the U.S. will engage in at least one Gulf War-level armed conflict in the next 4 years. You know, I'm thinking The Onion is predicting most things because the world is getting increasingly ridiculous, so.
They did that shit.
All right, number 6. E.M. Forster, best known for stuffy novels about classism, predicted the internet in a 1909 short story called The Machine Stops. Then she generated the light, and the sight of her room, flooded with radiance and studded with electronic buttons, revived her. There were buttons and switches everywhere, buttons to call for food, for music, for clothing. There was the button that produced literature, and there were, of course, the buttons by which she communicated with her friends. The room, though it contained nothing, was in touch with all that she cared for in the world. This whole room is nothing but buttons.
That's deep.
That is deep.
That's deep.
That's deep. Number 5, a 1995 student PSA featuring 5th graders from Helena, Montana, not only correctly proclaimed by the time we're in college the internet will be our telephone, television, shopping center, and workplace, it also hinted at the internet's future infatuation with felines. I even found a recipe for cat food cupcakes.
Oh man, cat memes, they still rule the internet.
I mean, they were drawing cats on the walls in ancient Egypt, so it's not like it's a new thing.
That's true.
Let's be real here. Number 4, in 4th grade, not only did Colin Kaepernick predict that he'd become a pro football player, he guessed that he'd play for the 49ers or Packers and that his height would be 6 to 6'4". Today, he is 6'4" and plays for the Niners.
Well, live the dream.
I mean, he got there. Right? No, I mean, it's like, that kind of doesn't count. That's not a coincidence. That's something that he wanted to do, and he made it happen.
Yeah, good for him. He sought out what he wanted, and he got it.
Yeah. Number 3, 2 lesser stars are satellites which revolve around Mars. Jonathan Swift describing the red planet's moons in his 1726 novel Gulliver's Travels. Phobos and Deimos, the actual 2 moons of Mars, were discovered in 1877 by Asaph Hall. That's more than 150 years later. That's significant. All right.
Again, coincidence?
Yeah. Number 2, I love this one because it involves Frank Zappa. We propose to acquire the rights to digitally duplicate and store the best of every record company's quality catalog items, store them in a central processing location, and have them accessible by phone or cable TV, directly patchable into the user's home by taping appliances. All accounting for royalty payments, billing to the customer, etc. would be automatic, built into the initial software. Frank Zappa said that in 1989.
I think he saw it coming.
Yeah, digital music. I mean, he knew.
Damn.
And number 1, John Brunner's Stand on Zanzibar takes place in 2010 and has a popular leader named President Obomi, who happens to be African. It was published in 1968.
Oh, so close.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, imagine like a young Obama reading that book, though, and being like, that gives me a fucking idea.
Or, hey, he didn't even spell my name right.
Yeah, like, Obomi? Come on, that's not Obomi, it's Obama. What are you talking about? Okay, so out of 23, I found this to be very interesting. I'm going to go with 20. There were a few that were like, whatever. 20 out of 23. Kyle, Jesse, tell me your numbers. 18? Jesse?
21.
21.
21.
21. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. All right. Let me look at the Discord because there were some submitted lists here. Riddle sent me 18 of the most unexpectedly dark TV moments that shocked us to the... I gotta click on it. Core. Yeah. Oh, thank you, BuzzFeed, for truncating your URLs. Okay, so this is from BuzzFeed, obviously. So, 18 of the most unexpectedly dark TV moments that shocked us to the core. Can you guys give any examples of like a just an unexpected dark moment in a television show that shook you to the core?
Ooh, I know there are some, but racking my brain, you know.
I mean, my example won't be on here because it's like from MASH. This is BuzzFeed, so it's going to be like younger and hipper.
Oh, is yours when the guy dies?
Yeah, MASH was the first show to have a character get killed off.
It spun in. There were no survivors.
Yep. And you know what's crazy about that scene though? The actor who read that line was the only one who knew that was going to happen.
Whoa! So all the reactions are genuine?
Yeah, it was a little enforced method acting, they call that. Yeah, like Gary Berghoff knew that the character of Henry was being killed off, and he came in and said that, and they were just like, yeah.
But, he nailed it.
He did, well, he was a good actor. He doesn't do much anymore, though. He did some like weird Jesus movie a few years ago, and that was about it.
Oh, I can think of one. It's a bit silly, though, is the final episode of Dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah. What the fuck was that?
Everybody dies.
I mean, eventually, yeah. Wait. What about the Futurama, the dog thing?
Oh, okay. That was a gut punch.
Wait, whose birthday? Oh, it's Moogle Master's birthday. He's 32.
Hey, happy Moog Day.
Happy New Year. You made it around the sun 32 times. Okay. All right, here we go. Number 1, when there was a school shooting on One Tree Hill. First of all, I've never heard of the show. And secondly, what?
Oh, this is that ooh, what you say meme.
Oh, that's your only memory.
Yeah. Sparkle knows.
You guys know more than I do. All right, number 2. Oh, when Homer Simpson's mother abandoned him in The Simpsons.
Never saw that.
That was fucked up because the way the episode ended with him sitting on the hood of his car and just looking at the stars, and it just cut to soft music. That was fucked up.
I don't know. When I saw that, I was like, oh, how are they going to get out of this one?
She left. That's how she got out of it.
Yeah. I know. But I guess I just didn't think much of it because there's so much silliness on that show, you know.
Number 3, back to The Simpsons again, when Homer almost committed suicide in the first season.
What?
You don't remember? Okay, so
it's a little different.
It's a little. He I forgot what it was that he was so depressed about, but he ties himself to a giant rock, and he's gonna bring it out to the bridge so he could throw the rock down over the bridge and die, you know. And he gets there, and there's the exact same rock is just sitting right there, and he just goes, "Oh, you live, you learn." Obviously, he didn't kill himself though.
And then they went out for frosty chocolate milkshakes.
Oh, yeah, with that weird voice he had in the air. Let's go out for frosty chocolate milkshakes. Because the actor, Dan Castellaneta, was like doing an impression of Walter Matthau for the first season.
It's still weird.
Number 4, when Claire revealed that she was being beaten by her abusive dad in Boy Meets World. You know, I must have seen a lot of episodes of this. I didn't see that one.
I didn't watch this show.
I don't even know who Claire is. All right.
Maybe it was one of those one-off episodes. Like, we're going to learn about something serious today.
Like a very special episode. Number 5, when 3 patients died after receiving organs from the same donor in Scrubs. Okay.
Holy shit.
That is dark for Scrubs. I've seen Scrubs once or twice. It was bad. My sister was really
interested.
My sister was super into the show, and I was staying at her house for the evening or whatever. I was hanging out with her, and she had a whole schedule. Hey, how's it going, pun? She had a whole schedule figured out where she could watch 6 episodes of Scrubs a day, and I was just like, after 1 or 2, I was like, yeah, I'm done with this. Number 6.
It was like, yeah.
When Karofsky tried to commit suicide after being outed in Glee. That is pretty rough. I've never watched the show, but that's pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean, you're still gonna get that's the kind of show where that episode makes sense. Though.
It does, yeah.
Like, you gotta learn lessons and shit.
The facts of life. The facts of life. All right.
Good, you take
I knew I could get him to do it. All right. Number 7, when one of Violet's mentally ill patients literally cut her baby out of her belly because she believed it was hers in private practice.
Oh my god!
What kind of TV show is this?
I hope it was off screen.
I would hope so too. That's not exactly prime time must-see TV, right? Number 8, when Terry fell victim to racial profiling from another cop in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Yeah, you know,
I've never seen this show.
I don't watch cop shows. The only cop show that I've ever watched was like Law and Order.
I've heard of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but that's yet another show that I've never watched.
I've never wanted to.
It's a comedy.
Number 9, when Rick and Morty bury and replace I'm falling asleep in the middle of this, their alternate universe counterparts after they die a gruesome death.
All right, one that I've actually seen.
I've seen a few episodes of this show. That was enough.
I like the show, and I remember that scene. I thought it was just kind of fucked up, but that's it.
Number 10, when Earl got hit by a car and ended up in a coma in My Name is Earl. Wasn't every episode of My Name is Earl kind of dark, though?
Never heard of it.
It was like a darkish comedy.
Yeah, I mean, Jason Lee was this dude who, like, he was like a real shithead, and he had this whole list of all the people that he's ever wronged in his life, and he was trying to, like, reverse his karma by, like, each episode he'd go to another person on the list and, like, do something good for them to make up for whatever bad thing he did in the past.
It's a good premise for a show.
Yeah, unfortunately it got canceled before he finished the list.
Yeah.
The episode where Urkel got drunk, Moogle. Yeah, and then he almost fell off a roof. That was more stupid than anything.
Never watched it.
Yeah.
Very special episode again.
Well, that wasn't on the list. That was just what Moogle said. Number 11, when Kenny is revealed to be a pedophile in the final minute of Black Mirror, Shut Up and Dance. Okay, wait. First off, let's just... Why is there a show called Black Mirror, Shut Up and Dance?
I think that's just... I think Shut Up and Dance is the name of the episode.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Black Mirror is the name of a series.
That's gross, though.
In the final minute, I guess that makes you have to watch the episode again to be like, oh.
Ew. Number 12, when it's revealed that Robin can't have children in How I Met Your Mother. I've never in my life watched this show.
I watched the entire run of the show, but I had nothing to do back
That's
then.
right, you did. I remember.
Never watched it.
Were you also like many people who watched How I Met Your Mother were insanely disappointed by the ending? What's your take on it, Jesse?
Oh, it was stupid. It wasn't like, it was underwhelming. It was just stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid people making stupid decisions.
Barrel says every Black Mirror episode is fucked up.
Yes.
Okay. Number 13, another unexpectedly dark moment from the show. Oh, I guess this is How I Met Your Mother. Was when Lily told Marshall that his dad died. Damn.
Yeah, because it came out of nowhere. Nowhere.
Number 14, when Buffy revealed that she wished she hadn't been resurrected from the dead in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Didn't see this one.
You know, I've seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I was never into it, but I just can't imagine this character just being like, yeah, I wish I wasn't even alive.
I don't know. That sounds like a 90s teen to me. Hey.
Yeah. Number 15, when Will broke down in tears while talking about his father abandoning him in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That was a good episode, though.
Oh, that was another gut punch.
The whole episode was...
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Why don't he want me, man?
Yeah. Well, yeah, his dad came into his life like out of nowhere, and then he just dipped again. And
damn.
Yeah.
And there was some good acting there.
But you know what's? I was actually going to bring that up. Actually, though, the whole thing about it is how many times has that been done in a sitcom where somebody's parent who abandoned them comes into their life and then by the end of the episode abandons them again? Like I can think, like The Simpsons has done that like 3 times. I can think of a lot of other shows that did it, but The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like the fact that it was Will Smith and he's such a good actor and he really sold it. That's what made it memorable.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good way to evoke strong emotions from your audience, but I don't know, the way, because it's in a comedy, it really gets you.
Yeah. Number 16, when TJ and Karen went to a stranger's house to play video games. Oh, God. And he tries to make them pose naked for pictures in Smart Guy. Now, I've never seen this show, but I actually saw a video from College Humor about this. And I was just like, wow, there are so many red flags in this.
Wait, how old is that show?
I don't know. I have no idea.
That's... Ugh.
Smart. I have no idea, but the whole thing was these kids were trying to... get these video games before they came out, and some guy on the internet, well, they thought it was another kid, was selling them, and they met them at this like restaurant or whatever, and it's some like creepy 23-year-old guy, and then he invites them back to his sad apartment. It was basically like the Bicycle episode of Different Strokes, just modernized.
I was just thinking that.
Oh, Locust of Karen's seen it. Mid-2000s? Okay, that sounds about right. Number 17, when the seemingly happily married Dre and Rainbow separated in Blackish. I've never seen the show, but it's been recommended to me like 4 billion times.
What is it about? Is it just like a family?
I have no idea, but I've had so many people tell me, you should watch Blackish. It's very good. Number 8.
That voice?
Yes, they do. Every time, too. Isn't it weird? And number 18, I knew this had to be on here. And finally, when Fry discovered that his dog faithfully waited for him outside the pizzeria for 12 years before he was turned into a fossil in Futurama. Except that's inaccurate. Fry never found that out. Only the audience did.
Yeah, that's even worse.
That was rough. Did you see that episode, Kyle?
I never really watched a lot of Futurama, but I watched the first episode, so...
Yeah. Okay, he finds his dog as a fossil, and they go through this whole thing where they could clone it. And then he realizes, like as they're about to clone the dog, they realize that... I think, like, the professor said how old the dog was when it died. It was like 12 years old or something. Or something like that, No, it was an old dog. And he said, wait a minute, it was a puppy when I got, like frozen. He lived a long life after I left. He probably won't remember me. Let's not clone him. And then it shows what happened to the dog, and that the dog waited for him its entire life outside of his workplace. And it was the saddest fucking thing that I've ever seen on television.
Oh my God.
It was so sad that the people who wrote the episode were even like, we regret this.
But hey, it left an impact.
It sure as hell did. Well, thanks for that list. Who sent this? Riddle? Thank you, Riddle. Now we're all sad. Out of 18, I give that a 18 for sadness. Guys.
Yeah, I give it an 18 for making me rock hard.
Yeah, same. Even though
Okay, now I gotta say that I expect that level of debauchery from Jesse, but what I don't expect is for Kyle to be like, yeah, same.
Nice!
I mean, I had never heard of like half of those series.
Actually, I think it went over his head, didn't it? Did you even hear what Jesse said?
I heard some of it.
He said he gives it an 18 for making him rock hard.
Oh God, no!
And then you immediately go, yeah, same.
Oh shit! What the hell did I just agree to?
Oh, clip that!
18.
Somebody clip that!
Don't you freaking dare!
Please clip that, Barrel or somebody. Okay, all right. We got a list sent in by Chris Collette. It is from GoombaStomp.com, and this is an old school list. This is like the shits we used to do back in the day. Yes, Kyle is T-Sparkle Moogle. The top 50 Super Nintendo games.
Oh, boy. Super Metroid, Link to the Past.
Okay. Let's predict number 1 here. I'm going to predict that it's going to be a Mario game because it's coming from a site called GoombaStomp.com. So we'll say it's going to be like Yoshi's Island or like Mario World.
Mario's Time Machine.
No, definitely not that. No. Might be like Mario RPG or something.
I actually never got to playing Super Mario RPG, even though I want to, so I may at some point.
I might be streaming it soon, Kyle.
Yeah, that's another reason
it's a good
why
time.
I voted for that, because I know.
Well, what would be your prediction, Kyle, for GoombaStomp.com, #1 Super Nintendo game.
#1 Super Nintendo game.
Or I should just ask you, what do you think is the best Super Nintendo game? Thank you, Riddle.
I haven't played.
Can you post that on my Discord too? I haven't.
Okay,
You haven't played Oh Shit? It's pretty great.
No.
It really beats What the Fuck, the sequel.
Yeah, What the Fuck was kind of disappointing me. We got 2 clips.
Okay, so I haven't played many Super Nintendo games, but my favorite out of all of them is probably Yoshi's Island.
That's such a great game too.
Ooh,
Okay,
yes.
well that's kind of like, I think it's going to be a Mario game. All right, let's see. Number 50 is Super Mario All Stars. I mean, you're getting 4 games, possibly 5, so that's pretty dope.
5?
Well, some versions of it also had Super Mario World.
Right.
Yeah. Number 49 is Harvest Moon. I've actually never played very much of Harvest Moon. I'm like, oh, this is an RPG, and I started it up, and I was like, oh, it's not. You just plant crops.
Yeah, I'm not into the farming simulator.
Yeah. So, number 48 is Super Star Wars. It was a good one. It was a good one. Not as good as the other 2 Star Wars games, but it was good.
It was fine. It was okay.
Needs more double jump.
Oh, God.
Number 47 is Mega Man X3.
The third one?
It's a butchered port, but it was pretty cool.
The Saturn one is right there.
It wasn't on the Saturn. It was on PlayStation.
PlayStation. Wait, no, there was a Saturn one.
No.
And it had different music.
No, that's Mega Man X3 on PlayStation. Saturn only had X4.
Okay.
Number 46 is The Death and Return of Superman. I'm sorry, but that game kind of sucked.
That game was awful.
And yes, Barrel.
Recently.
Yes, I did watch that. He revisited Superman 64. Super Star Wars games were super hard, yes.
Where did you learn how to fly?
Where did you learn how to fly?
That's a Jaguar game, isn't it?
Yeah, that was in the episode. You gotta watch it. Number 45 is SimCity. I never really got into SimCity, and if I was gonna play SimCity, I'd probably want to play it on PC, not on the Super Nintendo. Just saying. But yeah, all the Super Star Wars games were hard. But the first one was probably much harder because it didn't have a double jump. Number 44 is Kirby Superstar. Yeah, totally cool game. Can't even be mad about it.
All right, Mega Man X3, PS1 and Saturn.
Really? Interesting.
Virgin Interactive Entertainment. Boom!
And then leave the call.
What's that, Kyle?
It sounded like someone just joined and then left the call.
Well, the only other person that has access to this is Tanya, and I don't see her on.
I see Tanya's online.
Oh, there she is. Tanya just came on. The Tanya's here.
Hey, what's up?
Well, better 90 minutes late than never.
Sorry,
That's
I had
great, because I actually have to go soon, so Tanya can take my place.
Oh, well, try and stick around at least for this list. We're doing the top 50 Super Nintendo games here.
Oh, sweet. Okay, I came in a good list.
And actually, there haven't been that many, so I can catch you up. So Super Mario All Stars, Harvest Moon, Super Star Wars, Mega Man X3, Death and Return of Superman, SimCity, and Kirby Superstar was number 44.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Thank you for the bits, Riddle.
These fools didn't believe me that Mega Man X3 was on Saturn.
I didn't think it was.
Really?
I knew it was on PlayStation.
I didn't know it was on Saturn. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it used different music for a couple tracks.
Okay, number 4.
Mega Man X3 Saturn long play, hour and 43 minutes.
Yeah, well, you didn't have to look it up. Jesse already did. All right, number 43 is Super Star Wars: Return of the Jedi. This is the one that I never beat.
Oh God, I never beat any of them. I only rented them and was like, I'm done.
I beat the first 2, but then Return of the Jedi, I could beat the Emperor, barely. But then there was the thing where you had to pilot the Falcon out of the Death Star, and that was fucking hard.
Oh God, I remember that.
That was rough. Number 42 is Lufia 2 Rise of the Sinistrals. This is such a fantastic game. It really should be higher up on the list.
I was gonna say, shouldn't that be a little higher up on that
That's
list?
that's top 20 material, honestly. It's one of the best RPGs on the system.
Because it's so low, I guess we're not going to see the first one on here, eh?
Yeah, I would imagine not. You know, it's interesting as I'm looking at because they got the box art, and I'm like, that is some weird ass box art, and it just says Luffy, and I'm like, oh, that's the European version.
They never got the first one?
Yeah, they never got the first one, so the second one was literally just called Lufia. And it's actually a superior ROM. When I did my Let's Play of Lufia 2, I used the European ROM because it lacks some of the weird glitches from the American version.
Oh,
Interesting.
Yeah. Ooh. Number 41 is and you missed it, Tanya, but there's a clip where both of my male co-hosts got rock hard.
Oh,
yeah.
come on.
What?
Yeah. That was my reaction.
could cut a diamond.
Oh my. Number 41 is R-Type 3 The Third Lightning. That is a dope fucking shooter.
I've never played it.
Have you ever played any of the R-Types?
On the NES.
Was there even any R-Types on the NES?
I know there was on the TurboGrafx, but the NES?
Oh, what was the Pro Graphics? All I remember is it was on like an 8-bit system. That's all I remember.
Game Boy.
Oh, Game Boy. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was just going to say, I'm looking into it now. Oh, you know what? Master System had the first R-Type.
That's
There you
probably
go.
what it was.
That might have been it.
I'm pretty bad at shooters, but I do like the aesthetics of R-Type 3.
Diamonds are not unbreakable, Karen. Come on, get with it. How do you think they cut them? Do you think they come in that perfect gem form? All right, number 40 is Donkey Kong Country 3 Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. It's a good game. It's definitely the least good of the three Donkey Kong games, but
Yep.
It's
But-
definitely not better than Lufia 2.
good point.
Yeah.
Good point. But we're kind of also comparing, Muhammad Ali with anti-lock brakes here. So, okay, oh my God, number 39 is Illusion of Gaia. Tanya, Illusion of
Is that-
Gaia.
I don't get it.
Illusion of Gaia.
It is okay. It's this action RPG where you play as this kid who, it's like kind of like a Zelda kind of thing, but instead of a sword, you're smacking things with a flute for some reason.
Oh yeah, I know
And
the game.
I did a Let's Play of it ages ago, and
It was funny as hell.
it's one of my funniest Let's Plays because the game makes no sense. The gameplay is absolutely fantastic. The story is mind-bendingly stupid. It makes no sense. Things just happen.
And then when they happen, then you say to yourself, if you try to actually ask yourself why it happened, you'll give
Yeah.
yourself an aneurysm.
You really will. It's just it's one of the worst stories in an RPG, but it's just so fun to play. It's also fun to kind of like make fun of how bad the story is. Number 38 is Super Ghouls and Ghosts. That was a good one. I like
Yeah,
Super
but
Ghouls and Ghosts.
God damn, it's hard.
That's what she said.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about my dick. As for the
okay.
game, as for the game, it's quite difficult.
Yes. Speaking of quite difficult, number 37 is Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Also a pretty difficult game.
Never played this.
A game that I've heard of but never
I played it. It's
It
not
it,
easy.
it starts off pretty easy, but there's a lot of levels, and you're not
Isn't
going to
there
get
like
through them
100
all.
levels or something like
Oh,
that?
I think it's more like 50, but they get hard pretty quick. Number 36 is Breath of Fire 2. Yeah, I like Breath of Fire 2.
Not better than Lufia 2.
No, it's not. No.
Can't say I've ever played a boff game.
You've never boffed it up?
I've never boffed.
Number 35 is Final Fight. It's a
The
shitty,
SNES version?
It's a shitty port that doesn't even have multiplayer. I'm just
I
saying.
don't. No, not Final Fight.
Missing
Final Fight.
a level, missing one of the playable characters, missing multiplayer.
If you're gonna play a version, play it maybe Final Fight CD.
Yeah, there you go. Number 34 is Earthworm Jim 2. I'm so fucking over Earthworm Jim.
I hate Earthworm Jim. I hate everything. To do
I
with-
love it.
You would.
I like the silliness. I like the great graphics.
The graphics. I like them great. That sounds like something Chris would say. I like the graphics. They're my favorite.
California Gold.
Number 33 is Pilot Wings. I've never actually sat and played the original Pilot Wings.
I have. It's interesting.
Huh.
It's not my cup of tea, but it's interesting.
It's a nice tech demo for the SNES.
That's essentially what it was, yeah. That's true. What? Number 32 is also Earthworm Jim 2?
They mean Earthworm Jim as well.
Yeah. Well, actually, the text says Earthworm Jim, but the box cover that they show is the same one as before. So it's Earthworm Jim 1.
Oops.
Whatever.
I do prefer the first
Morning
one.
says, fuck yeah, it's so fucking good, it's on there twice.
I do like the Bungie level. Not a problem.
You would. Number 31 is Mega Man. What is with this list? It says Mega Man X, but the box is Mega Man X2.
So, which is it?
Well, I'm going by the text. It's Mega Man X. Who did they get to get these pictures? These pictures are way off.
I had the PC version of this game, and it is bad.
Whoa, the PC version of Mega Man X.
You had the PC version? Oh,
Yes, it's terrible.
I love Mega Man X.
Mega Man X is it's so bad. Yeah, no, it's a great game, but the PC version's not.
It's like MIDI music. Ugh.
Oh god. Number 30 is Mario Paint. This is barely a game, but it was fun. It is something that you could, as a kid in 1992, because I got this for like Christmas or whatever, you'd spend hours with it. Just sitting there, just fucking around.
I've heard One Winged Angel and Dancing Mad on Mario.
Well,
On Mario.
I think those are using Mario Paint Composer, which is a Windows program that has like a lot more features.
Yeah,
it expands.
Fun, though, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so number 29 is Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Kong Quest.
My favorite.
I think it's better than the first one, so it's kind of weird that we haven't seen the first one on here.
It's my favorite of the first three.
Still not better than Lupia 2.
No. Yeah. Number 28 is Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. That's top 10 material. What is it doing at number 28?
Yeah, it is. I find it to be superior to the original. Oh, hot take.
That's not a hot take. That's a cold as fuck take. That's practically frozen.
Dude, I'm frozen
agree.
As hell.
Well, let it go, bitch.
I mean, nostalgia reasons, I like Super Mario World more, but
I don't.
Freaking Yoshi's Island, man, hell yeah.
Yoshi's Island.
Number 20
game on the SNES.
There you go. Number 27 is NBA Jam. Yeah, but
fun.
I mean, I liked NBA Jam, but I had the tournament edition. Why don't they just put the tournament edition on there? Have more features.
Jams it in.
Who's on fire?
Boom shakalaka.
Number 26 is Demon's Crest. That's a pretty dope game.
Oh, it's just fun. It's just fun.
Great graphics, or as you would say, graphics.
I've never played that game.
Oh, well, it's worth playing. It's a great side scroller. It's got really good music from the same composer as Super Ghouls and Ghosts and Breath of Fire. It's very hard.
You play as a demon. Firebrand.
Yeah, well, it's a spin-off of Ghouls and Ghosts. You know, the red guy that swoops down and kills you just about every time. You play as him.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It's actually the third game in a series. The first two were on like Game Boy and NES. They were called like Gargoyle's Quest.
It was good. Yeah, that was good too.
Yeah. I gotta click the link to the next. Oh, here we are. Okay, so number 25 is Turtles in Time. Awesome game.
My favorite beat 'em up of all time.
That is my favorite beat 'em up.
I would agree. You sent the metal list? Okay, Moogle, we'll check it out. Let's see what we got here. Number 24 is F-Zero.
Classic.
Another game we did not see at E3.
Another game that I need to play.
Oh, you definitely should play F-Zero. F-Zero is great.
Especially since I have the SNES Classic.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's on there.
Totally. Number 23 is one of Tanya's favorite games, Contra 3: The Alien Wars.
Fuck yeah, that's my game right there. That's my shit right
That
there.
that is indeed your shit.
It's too hard for me.
I could beat.
That's
I beat
what
that
she
game
said.
Several
Yep.
times on hard, and like it's just amazing because like it really puts your skills to the test. It's just so good.
It's very testosterone engorging.
Well, for you,
What is it with you today, Jesse? Like, are you just like super horny? Like, what is going on with you?
Oh my god,
It's been a while.
Oh, I get. Damn, dude. Oh, and then with Kyle singing "Stained." Number 22 is Donkey Kong Country. I mean, I like the second game better, but
Yep.
I guess they give it points for groundbreaking. And yeah, Tanya, did you see Did you see the trailer for the new Contra game?
I did.
Doesn't it look completely fucking bonkers?
That's
looks
good.
Pretty insane, actually.
Like it might actually, like, a lot of people are like, oh, the graphics suck, and they're like, yeah, but like, look at how insane it looks. It looks fun.
Is the game good at least? You know.
Number 21 is Secret of Mana. Not super into this one. I mean, it's not a bad game by any means. It's just
it's actually an amazing game.
I put this one as being kind of overrated. Not a bad game, but overrated. I don't think it should be number 21. I think it should be like number 50.
Now, see, actually, I would say Secret of Mana should probably be number 16 or 17, honestly.
If you say so. Oh, number 20 is ActRaiser. That's a fucking great game.
Oh, actually, freaking classic, man.
Another painfully hard game.
I do like the action levels.
I know you don't like the city building.
No.
It's so fucking fun though, but whatever. Kyle, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still with you.
Okay, you're not saying a lot.
For that to actually be a game that I,
No!
Number 19
I'll
is.
have to go soon because.
Oh, I understand. Oh, we got it. We got another clip. Jesse's horny today. Morning. Could you also put that on my Discord, please? Number 19 is Shadowrun. I never got into this. I heard it's a really good game, but it's very like it's not my aesthetic. I like RPGs, but it's like got this whole like cyberpunk thing going on. I don't know.
It's not my type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is.
Well, it's an RPG, but it's like in the future. It's like a cyberpunk sort of thing. Number 18 is Tetris Attack, which is really just panel de pawn, but
Oh boy.
With a Yoshi theme.
yeah, Yoshi. They still make these games, except they're like Pokemon themed now. So it's like they keep releasing
Puzzle League. Yeah.
Yeah, they keep releasing panel de pawn, except they keep changing who the mascot is. Like, for a while, they pretended it was Tetris. Then it was a Yoshi game for a while. Now it's Pokemon.
I've only played 3 different Tetris games.
It actually has.
That was on the Game Boy.
It actually has nothing to do with Tetris.
And Tetris 99.
It has nothing to do with Tetris. Tetris Attack is like they literally put the word Tetris on there just because like it's a puzzle game.
Wow.
You know what I just did is I just as an aside, I just rewatched that Contra trailer.
Yeah.
And I looked at how the graphics look, and I'm just I can't even.
Yeah, I mean it's like Dreamcast graphics, but
It's like N64.
Yeah. Okay. Number 17 is Super Bomberman. There were 5 of these games. So
Super Bomberman.
yeah,
Is this
but
the best one?
well, I don't know. They're all kind of good, man. I mean, it's just Bomber. The second one was a bit weird. And then the third, yeah, and then the fourth and the fifth one didn't even come out in America. They were only on the Super Famicom. But
They didn't?
No, they didn't. I played them all though on like emulators and shit. Number 16 is Super Castlevania 4. That's just a classic.
I love that game.
Yeah, it should definitely be up there.
That's my favorite Castlevania game of all time. Right?
Really? That's a shock.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Castlevania game.
That's I wouldn't go that far. Damn.
Because it has everything I could possibly want in a Castlevania game. It does everything perfect.
Number 15 is Star Fox. That's just another fantastic game.
Mm-hmm. It does lag at a couple times, but overall, it's
I mean, it had this Super FX chip, and if you don't know what a Super FX chip actually is, it's actually a more powerful version of the Super Nintendo's processor, and the cartridge basically basically has like a Super Nintendo inside of it. So
we put some Super
Yeah.
Nintendo in your Super Nintendo.
yeah. I heard you like Super Nintendo, dog. But so basically, this is a game that just basically couldn't run on the Super Nintendo, so they needed to give you an upgraded Super Nintendo in the cartridge.
And I gotta tell you, just seeing polygons, but remember you saw that for the first time on.
Yeah, I mean, like now you're like, wow, this is running at 3 frames a week, but back then it was like, holy shit, this is amazing.
It's like it's never gonna get better than this. This is it.
This is the pinnacle, right? Yeah. Number 14 is Mortal Kombat 2. I mean, yeah.
Mortal Kombat 2, baby.
Yeah. I mean, definitely.
It definitely fun.
Number 13 is Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars.
Awesome game.
Couldn't crack top 10, eh?
Might be streaming it soon.
You should.
This is a weird choice for number 12 is just some random ass hockey game, NHL Hockey 94.
Oh, actually, I love that game. And I don't like sports games, but I love that game.
Of all the sports games to put that, it just seems random. I've never seen this is the first time I've seen this on a Super Nintendo list.
I'm surprised hockey is further down on the list than NBA Jam.
NBA Jam was, that was.
94 specifically is an amazing.
I mean,
if you're gonna pick a year, 94 is the year.
I'm gonna take Tanya's word for it because she doesn't even like sports games. So
I hate sports games, so
hockey's like my one of two favorite sports.
Wow. You're Canadian. So what is the other one? Curling, right?
Goalball. You don't know about it.
Goalball.
What the hell is that?
What?
It's a sport for blind people. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Number 11 is Super Punch Out. I like Super Punch Out. I don't know if it really deserves to be number 11 though.
It's not number 11 material, but hey.
Like they should swap Super Punch Out's spot with Lufia 2's spot.
Bingo.
No, actually, Morning Sunday, I will be doing all 4 of the games on that poll. I just was using it as a way to gauge which one should I do first. If you catch my drift. Number 10 is Mega Man X.
Again.
No, but this is actually Mega Man X. So
back there it was Mega Man X2.
It must have been because this is the box for Mega Man. Well, that's the European box for Mega Man X, but yeah. So the other one must have been Mega Man X2, but everybody knows 2 was the best one from Super Nintendo. Like, come on.
Personally, though, I like the first one more. I know the 2 is superior, but I like the first one more. The soundtrack I like more. Gameplay more.
Okay.
See, no, that's like me with Mega Man 2 on the NES. Yeah, the later versions, they add more features. It's just a lot better in terms of being superior. But in terms of my favorite, Mega Man 2 on the NES will always be my favorite.
I would give Mega Man, as far as the NES games, I would give Mega Man 2 the award for best music. But for gameplay, I would have to pick Mega Man 4.
Once they brought that Buster in, yo.
Yeah, not only that, but it's just it was a lot tighter controls too. Number 9 is Final Fantasy IV.
Of course.
Yeah. So that, I mean,
a
game that Tanya recently streamed, except she was doing the PSP version, but
The ultimate complete super version.
Yeah.
I might actually go back and do either a different version or I might do a game.
You got to do After Years. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to do After Years. Yeah. That's right.
Number 8 is Super Mario Kart. I was never really super into the first Mario Kart. It was a fun game, but like for me, like basically the series for me started on N64, so
same here. Yeah.
I don't know.
Double Dash will always be my favorite Mario Kart game.
Double Dash was cool, but like it for me it was the most fun when you were playing the co-op, where one person controlled like the steering and the other person was doing the weapons.
Yep. I mean, I really liked going crazy with 3 friends on Bomb Blast in Luigi's Mansion. I had some great times with that.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Number 7 is Street Fighter 2. There were 3 versions of Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo. No, but it's the original ass version according to the title that they wrote and the box art. I mean, they're also like Turbo and Super were both on the Super Nintendo, and personally, the one I had was Turbo.
I would have gone with Turbo.
Yeah, I mean, Super had like the extra characters and shit, but then like it was a little janky of a port.
It didn't feel the same, yeah.
It was a janky port. And then Super Turbo didn't even come out until like PlayStation, like 3DO, you know?
3DO. I just got a couple of those kicking around.
Yeah, right. Number 6. Oh, fucking Earthbound's number 6.
Well, it's got an audience.
Another
It-
RPG that
Okay, so Kyle has to know about. Okay, so Tanya absolutely hates Earthbound. She detests it. Now Jesse's opinion is it's good.
Yeah,
Right?
it's all right.
My opinion is in the middle of that. I think it's average. I get incredibly pissed off by the super fans that put this like on the same level as a Final Fantasy VI or a Chrono Trigger.
All right, but if you put the super fans to the side for a moment, just right over there, how about the game itself?
It's average.
Mediocre game.
I would. It's a 5 out of 10. It's a 5 out of 10 for me. And honestly, like they're putting it above Final Fantasy IV, which is a fucking insult.
Final Fantasy IV is 11,000 times better than fucking Earthbound.
A lot of times.
Number 5 is Super Mario World. We kind of already talked about this.
Whoa, what? Mogul Master? I think I put it at number 3 on my list for SNES RPGs. I think I put it above Chrono Trigger.
How could you put it above Chrono Trigger?
Are you freaking serious right now?
It's subjective.
No, it's really not. I mean, like on graphics and music alone, Chrono Trigger is like almost like another generation above
And then you add
Earthbound.
Chrono Trigger, and I mean, come on.
And the story.
I know people who champion Quest 64 as a great RPG.
That just makes me want to vomit in some tinfoil.
See?
I've never actually played Quest 64. I kind of want to play it just to see how bad it really is, but maybe I'll stream it one day or something just to try it out. But
just let Moogle have their opinion. It's cool.
And I agree that with Barrel that just the Earthbound episode of AVGN was really good.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, I liked that episode. Yeah.
Okay, so Super Mario World's number 5. We don't have anything to say about that, right?
Yeah, you know.
Nope.
Number 4 is Final Fantasy VI. At least that's above Earthbound.
Yes.
Great. I love that the box art has like the Google logo on it for some reason. Hi, Gibbs.
And it's my second favorite game ever.
Ever.
FF7
forever. All right. Number 3 is The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
amazing game.
You know what? I legit don't think it's a better game than Final Fantasy VI, but at the same time, like the sheer nostalgia of Link to the Past, how many times I've played it, just it is like my childhood. It was one of the first Super Nintendo games I got.
Same here.
Yep, same.
Number 2 is Chrono Trigger.
Yes.
Okay, so without me scrolling down, like I think number 1 has to be Metroid.
I'm gonna be right.
It has to be, right?
It has to be Metroid.
Because it's either Metroid or Metroid's not on this list, and that's really weird.
Then that would just like nullify the list.
Yeah.
If Metroid's not on that list, I'd be surprised.
Well, no, I just scrolled down, and number 1 Super Metroid. So I mean, Super Metroid is really special because like it didn't invent that kind of game, because obviously there were 2 Metroid games before that, but it was in a way it was the first Metroidvania because it had the in-game map and it had that feeling of isolation.
It perfected the genre.
Yeah, it really did. And I mean, then it led to Symphony of the Night and all these many great games. Like I just finished this great game called Guacamelee on stream on Monday, which was a Metroidvania, even though I was playing as a luchador superhero who punches people and there's all these weird puns and shit. It's still a game that exists because of Super Metroid.
And actually, Mogul Master, if you ever want to get into, he never got into Super Metroid. He said, if I say go for it one day, just take a day.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, it's a great game. It really is. It's perfect on every level, the graphics and sound and music and direction and gameplay
God, some music.
Yeah.
So good.
I don't know, man. Do I have those lists? I'm not even on the same hard drive barrel. But okay, I know Kyle's got to go, so let's hurry up and rate this one. Well, we're only gonna do like one more list after this, so
Yeah.
because I just want to get to the one that Riddle sent here. Oh no, that's not a list. Oh, it is a list. Okay, yeah, I want to do one more that Riddle sent. It's like a ranking of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies.
Oh, okay.
But it's not his list. But out of 50, okay, I have a lot of problems with this list, but there's a lot of things on it I like. I'm gonna go right down the middle with a 25. Tanya, what do you say?
I'm gonna go with 30.
30? Okay, Kyle.
I'm unfortunately gonna have to give it a low number. Just I don't have experience with like.
You don't have to give it anything. You give it whatever you feel like.
Okay, 10.
10. Damn, that's rough. Jesse.
I'm going with Unknown Riddle and Tanya with a 30. That feels
Okay,
right.
then. It feels right.
Feels right.
It feels
It just
so
feels
nice.
So
Okay.
good.
So Kyle, if you have to go now, we're only going to do one more list.
All right.
But
Well, have a great night, guys.
yeah, totally, man. If you have to go now, that's okay. Welcome to List Critics. We're going to be doing it once a month, and I'll always let you know ahead of time what day it's going to be.
Awesome.
And yeah, Kyle is officially the new co-host. We never heard people earlier, by the way. Tanya, were talking about some guy named Peyton. Is that even a real name? Doesn't that sound made up?
No, from what I understand,
That's not a name.
That's like an eerie mist or something like.
Like
that.
we have Tanya and Peyton. We don't have Tanya. We have John. We have Kyle. We have Jesse. These are real names. Peyton is a fake name that doesn't exist.
I don't know what they're talking about.
It's like somebody's screen name, like Peyton 69 underscore DBZ.
Good to have you on, Kyle.
You're saying that he's already gone. I mean, he's in the chat, but he left the call already. All right, so yeah, let's do this.
Love you, Kyle. Nice meeting you, by the way.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I don't know if he's still there though. Yeah, that's right. You met Kyle IRL in Meat Space.
Yep.
Meat space?
Yeah, that's
Kyle, let me tell you, Kyle
the space where there's meat. Yeah, he said that you were like, wow, you're so tall or something like that. Like
6'1", and I'm like 5'1". He's towering above me.
Okay, so actually, you know what? I said we do only one more list here, but I do have two, actually, and they're both kind of short. So because Chris sent one as well, and I'd like to get to it so it doesn't get lost. And those are the last two submitted lists. But let's do these real quick. Which one do you guys want to do first? The Marvel Cinematic Universe movies ranked, or the 15 toughest NES games?
Marvel first.
You agree, Tanya? Marvel first? Okay. Yeah. So there's 22 movies here, going from the least good to the best, because let's face it, none of them are really bad. So their pick for number 22, the least good, is... I can't get behind this, really. Thor the Dark World. I actually like Thor the Dark World quite a bit.
I thought it was okay.
I
don't have to go back to watch it, though.
I mean, I've probably watched it more than I've gone back to the first Thor. So, number 21 is my personal pick for least good. And what is happening here? Dr. Sergio 15, thank you for the follow, good sir. If one of my lovely moderators could put a Discord link in so you can join us on Discord. We're actually about to end the stream fairly soon. We're doing two more lists, but thank you. Welcome to the stream. Avengers Age of Ultron is number 21. That was my least favorite MCU movie.
I don't know. I kind of liked it. Like, I didn't love it. But
I liked it. It just wasn't as good as it could have been.
Yeah, there were a lot that were better than it. So, yeah,
maybe. Yeah. I mean, I like I said, it's not a bad movie. It's just the least good.
At least it had Sephiroth in it.
It definitely had Sephiroth in it. That's real.
What?
Okay, so we had this thing where, like, as I was watching Age of Ultron, because first of all, I hated the whole first act. And then I'm sitting there and going through the second act, and I'm like starting to enjoy it more because I feel like the movie came out the gate really bad and then redeemed itself towards the end, and that's why it's my least favorite. But I was looking at the movie, and I'm sitting there in the theater, and Ultron is saying these things, and I'm like, I've heard this plot before. This is Final Fantasy VII. And then I told Tanya, because Tanya went to see it the same day I did, and I said, Tanya, was it me or was Ultron Sephiroth? And she's like, holy shit, you're right. And it's become a thing since.
I guess I'd have to go back and see it.
Yeah. Number 20 is The Incredible Hulk. Not a bad movie, once again. Just, kind of forgettable in a way.
What was that? What is that one Hulk movie I really prefer over that one?
The one that's just called Hulk?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Ang Lee.
Yeah. The good one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Number 19 is Thor. I mean, they kind of get into things like the first two Thor movies are just kind of like, they're good. And then like Ragnarok came out and showed you what these movies should have been from the beginning.
They finally figured out Thor in the third one.
Yeah. Number 18 is Iron Man 2. I would agree that Iron Man 2 is like the least good of the Iron Man movies, but it's so fucking good though. Like at this point, they're all good.
That man just wanted his bird.
And I don't care what anybody says. Freaking Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark. I don't care what anybody says.
Well, it's not like they're going to recast him, Tanya.
Well, who thinks he isn't?
Yeah, right. Like that's what I want to know. Who's saying otherwise? Number 17 is Ant-Man. I actually probably would put Ant-Man a lot higher. I really liked it.
I liked it.
Yeah,
it was a good heist movie. And it was fun.
It was a comedy. Yeah, it was self-contained, but still felt like it was part of the thing.
Paul Rudd just being Paul Rudd.
Oh yeah. What's funny is it says in one scene Ant-Man shrinks down to a microscopic level, and then Neil deGrasse Tyson ruins the movie magic by explaining how that's not actually possible. That didn't actually happen. But okay. Number 16 is Captain America, the First Avenger. God, I just recently rewatched this, and it's just still so good, though.
And that's one of my favorites.
All three Captain America movies are 10 out of 10 for me.
Who was the guy that played Red Skull? What's his name again?
It was Hugo Weaving.
That's it. He was good.
Mr. Anderson.
Agent Megatron.
Yeah.
From the Council of Rivendell. Number 15, Deadpool would not be on this list, Chris. This is Marvel Cinematic Universe. Deadpool's not part of that. Number 15 is Iron Man 3. This is a movie that I actually didn't like it at all when I first saw it. And then when I saw it again, I was like, okay, you know what? It wasn't that bad. And then the third time I saw it, I was like, okay, actually, it's awesome. And it's weird how every time I see it, I like it more. It is a movie that just works that way, for me at least.
I think it's more of a character piece for Tony.
It absolutely is. You nailed it, Jesse. That's exactly what it is.
And I like that.
Number 14 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This is another one that I know is kind of polarizing, but I would personally put it a lot higher up on the list.
Rissa absolutely loves the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, especially the second one.
The second one, I mean, to me, like the first one's great. Don't get me wrong. But what the second one had was a way better villain. Like
he's a planet.
Kurt Russell as Ego, like this was like, it was one of the first few where they, like Marvel suddenly kind of came out with like a lot of movies in a row that had really good villains. Like you had Ego, you had Thanos, you had the Vulture, you had what's the one that I'm forgetting that's super obvious? Hela. Yeah. Number 13 is Ant-Man and the Wasp. I also really like this one. I think it was a little long. That's the only criticism that I would give Ant-Man and the Wasp.
That's a good assessment. They could have cut the fat a little bit.
It's a little long. Like I remember because me and AJ and Charlotte were watching it at some point, and we're at this big chase scene, and all of us came to the same conclusion. We said, this feels like the end, the big climax, and we're only halfway through the movie. Like it feels like it's two movies, not just in the sense of just the sheer length of it, but it is really good. Number 12 is Doctor Strange. Yeah, that's about right for Doctor Strange.
Somewhere in the middle. Yeah, it's good.
It's I would say it's really good, but at this point they're all really good, and it's just a lot of competition.
Yeah, we're going to reach a level where it's like amazing, amazing, amazing.
Yeah. Well, we're already at that level. I mean, number 11 is Avengers: Infinity War.
Wow, and number 11, eh?
This one's rough for me because for me, this would absolutely be number 1.
Yeah, like I'd put it up there, top 5.
Like
maybe.
for me,
do.
like top 3 would be Infinity War, number 1, number 2, Black Panther, number 3, Winter Soldier. That would be my top 3.
Like the fact that this is the first time they had everybody is here, and they made it work.
It's Smash Brothers, the movie, right?
Yes, it is.
Number 10 is wow, holy shit! Number 10 is the Winter Soldier, Captain America: Winter Soldier. I mean, that was my number 1 until Infinity War came out, or until Black Panther came out, and then Infinity War. But Winter Soldier's just amazing. Number 9 is Captain Marvel. I actually have not seen Captain Marvel.
I haven't seen it either.
I have not had the chance to sit and watch it yet. It just came
I
out.
would knock Captain Marvel out of the top 10, honestly.
Really? Okay. I mean, I've heard mixed things, but I gotta watch it. I don't have an opinion. I haven't seen it. Like I just came out on like DVD and shit, so I'll have to actually sit and watch it. But number 8 is Spider-Man. Actually, my favorite Spider-Man movie. No joke.
Homecoming, eh?
Yeah,
Well, the
no joke.
Vulture, Michael
And
Keaton knocks it out of the park.
That is the reason. That is the reason. What a great villain.
That scene when he's in the car.
Oh
with,
my
Peter.
God.
Ooh.
Now, I remember when I saw this in the movie theater, and that scene was very quiet, but there was the scene where he's going to pick up his date and opens the door, and there's the Vulture. And everybody in the theater reacted. It's not like there were people who just blurted out, "Holy shit." And it really should not have been a surprise because Spider-Man comics have been doing that for like forever, where the villains are always somebody connected to Peter Parker in some way. But it's still the way the movie played us, because you wouldn't think that he's Liz's dad. They don't look anything like each other.
No, but they did it, man.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect that at all. So I haven't seen The Founder yet. That's another movie that I have to make time to see, Barrel. And Chris is accusing Jesse that you're just mad that you can't be with Brie Larson.
Yeah, I mean she's busy.
Maybe yeah, she is very busy. I mean maybe a little. Number 7 is The Avengers. I've had an interesting history with this movie. When I first saw it, I thought, well, that was okay. You know what I mean? I thought they didn't fuck it up. That was my thought. You know what I mean? Like, it was okay. They didn't fuck it up. It had some funny moments, but it wasn't really a good movie. I thought it was just an okay movie. And then it came to the point where I saw it for like the 4th or 5th time, and I was like, you know what? It just clicked with me, and I was like, I see why everyone loves this one so much, and I kind of get it now. And then when Tanya's doing something.
Oh, my kitty decided to say hi to the microphone.
Meow, meow, meow. And then I saw Infinity War, and Infinity War to me was so important because it retroactively made the first 2 movies worse. Because because I think that like the Russo brothers who directed Winter Soldier and Civil War and Infinity War and Endgame should have directed the first 2 Avengers movies. They should have been on this from the beginning.
Excuse me.
That was not Tanya's cat. That was Tanya.
Yeah.
Number 6 is Endgame. I haven't seen Endgame, actually.
Loved Endgame.
Man, bring your tissues.
I know all the spoilers and everything, so whatever on that. But for the same reason that I haven't seen Captain Marvel yet, I just haven't gotten to see Endgame yet. So I have no opinion on that.
You could skip Captain Marvel and you'll be just fine.
I have no plans to skip Captain Marvel. I very much want to see it.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying do it.
Yeah. Number 5 is Captain America: Civil War. Like all 3 Captain America movies are great. Civil War is like the movie that shouldn't have worked but did.
Outside the airport scene, there's still a lot of good stuff because that's the only scene people talk about. But
see,
the rest of the movie is good.
The airport scene, the whole second act of the movie is basically Avengers 2.5. But then there's this whole other movie that's basically Winter Soldier 2, and that's the part that I actually preferred. Number 4 is Thor Ragnarok. This is a movie like that I'll probably just like watch 40 times. Like I've seen it like at least 5 times now. Thor Ragnarok is just such a fun movie. It's so ridiculously over the top, and it's the kind of movie that, like, if it's on, I'll pretty much I feel obligated to watch it.
To me, this is like peak Marvel at its marvelous.
Yeah.
Or marvelous. Like it's a good time. There's some fun action. They get what kind of movie they're in.
It's got kind of a little bit of everything. Okay, could you guys like vamp for like a minute? I gotta let Gunny out real quick. Could you guys do that for me, please?
I'll try.
Okay. All right, Gibbs. No, you're staying here. I gotta let your brother out. Just
Tanya, is your cat still there?
No, she's over on Angie's lap.
What's your cat's name again?
Well, I have 3, but Weaver right now is currently over there.
Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Oh my God. Makes me think of Wayne's World. She's a babe. Swing.
Oh my God, I remember Wayne's. Oh my God, it's Wayne's World. Are you gonna see the new Wayne's World that's gonna come out?
What? They're so old.
You didn't know that?
They're old though.
They're filming it. There's a new Wayne's World with Keanu Reeves and all the original cast.
Keanu Reeves? Do you mean Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
Oh, yeah, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. God, I get the 2 mixed up.
Those are 2 very different movies.
I get them mixed up. I do.
But I do want to see that. Yes. And then he'll also be John Wick somehow.
Oh, John Wick.
That would be awesome. Like Ted Theodore Logan just busts out some moves.
I can see that. I can actually see that.
Well, he was also Neo, so he could do some kung fu shit.
I'm back. Here I come. I'm gonna get my headphones on. Wayne's World, party time. It's excellent. Okay, where were we? We were at Thor Ragnarok, right? Number 4. Number 3 is Iron Man. I mean, it's the first one. It started everything, and just 3 fucking words: Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say I am, and then I was like, oh shit, that's 4 words. Iron Man.
But I am not Iron Man. Number 2 is Guardians of the Galaxy. I like the second one a little bit more, but I kind of get where they're going with this, because it Guardians of the Galaxy was like the movie that proved that Marvel could just put out just about anything and people will go see it.
The source material, this shouldn't have worked because of the source material.
Well, what the thing is, it's like, it was a great movie, don't get me wrong, but like, nobody's ever heard of these fucking characters. Like, people might have heard of Drax from like really old Fantastic Four comics, or Rocket Raccoon is just like a joke of like oh, there's characters like Rocket Raccoon or Squirrel Girl in comic books, And they, like, people went to see it anyway. They went to see it just basically because, hey, there's one of those new Marvel movies. Oh, I like those. So yeah,
and they just made a home run.
They could do anything now.
Pretty much, yeah.
They could do anything they want. Number 1 is Black Panther. Like, personally for me, Black Panther's number 2. I already told you what my whole top 3 is, but it's just fucking great.
I've never really ranked them, but I'd certainly put Black Panther up there.
See, now...
Dog Welder's DC, Moogle.
John knows why Black Panther is my number 1.
Because of Bastet.
Yep, because of Bass.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I went nuts when I heard that in the theater. I was just like, yeah!
That was the first 2 minutes of the movie, too. So, like, the movie hasn't really even started yet, and you're like, yeah! Mm-hmm. You probably meowed really loudly. People were like, who brought their cat?
Dog Welder?
Yeah, there was a character called Dog Welder, and he was a villain in the Hitman comics, which were sort of like a dark comedy superhero thing. Yeah. And he would weld dogs to your face. That's what he would do. So out of 22, keeping in mind that I haven't seen the 2 latest Marvel movies, and that I pretty much like all of them, don't necessarily agree 100% with the ratings, but like I said, they're all good. I'm going to go with 17. Hey, Flower, how's it going?
I will say 18.
18.
I'm
Tanya?
gonna say 16.
16. We got, so it's 16 to 18, and I'm average. Okay, so our final list of the day is going to be the 15 toughest NES games of all time from TVOvermind.com, submitted by Chris. So, just before we look into this, what do you think is the number one toughest NES game out there?
Punch
Punch-Out.
That's Battletoads, is what that is.
Oh yeah.
Battletoads. Oh, I'm still gonna say.
For me, I would say Silver Surfer.
Oh God.
That
The
game's
sprite's too big in that game, man.
it's fucking impossible. But let's see what they put on there. And these aren't even numbered, so I don't know if they're in any particular order actually.
Womp womp.
But the first one they listed is Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden's a great game, but the whole final 3 levels is bullshit.
They are forgiving and they have unlimited continues, unlike the other 2.
It has unlimited continues unless you die to the last boss, and then you start from level 6-1.
Yeah, that's still bullshit.
Which means that you have to go through the hell that is level 6-2.
Ugh.
So, there's that. I don't think Action 52 counts, Moogle.
Just get good, scrub.
Yeah. Rygar is on here. I've never actually made any attempt to play Rygar in any sort of serious manner, so I couldn't tell you how hard or not hard it is.
I think I might have rented it once upon a time, but I think that was about it though.
I mean, it's clearly a very cool game and everything, but I never tried to beat it or anything. I would just play it for a while.
Yeah,
It's got a very beautiful sunset.
There you go. Battletoads. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned that. Battletoads is surprisingly much easier to beat with one person.
right.
Yeah, talk about friendly fire. Oh.
But you know what? The game in 2-player mode is so difficult that it wasn't tested properly. There is a level where the second player literally cannot survive. And
Really?
Yes. And they will die upon spawning.
Oh no.
So it's widely believed that the testers never got that far in co-op mode.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. Ghosts and Goblins. I mean, yeah, it's tough. The fact that you really have to go through it twice to really have beaten it, and there's all these weird things you have to beat the boss with the shield in this level, or you'll go back. I mean, yeah, it's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, that's
That's
not even Capcom bullshit. That's just bullshit.
It's just bullshit, yeah. Blaster Master is another one that, similar to Rygar, I've just, played it and tooled around for, an hour or two and never made any real attempt to beat it, so I don't know how hard it really is.
I've played it a few times. That's about it, though. Nothing major.
Yeah.
It gets a little mazy.
Yeah. Gauntlet is one that I don't even know if you can beat because it's a terrible port that doesn't take away it doesn't... It's an arcade game, and then they made it on NES, and it's still kind of an arcade game. They never balanced it.
And no 2-player.
Yeah, that's a big thing, too.
I think I played 10 minutes of that game. That's about it.
The original Mega Man is tough for 2 reasons, really. One reason is the controls are really actually very slippery compared to all the other ones.
I beat that game wasted off my ass.
Yeah, but you know what you're doing.
That's true.
And the other thing is that... if you touch spikes, you die, which is normal for Mega Man. But if you're flashing, in your invincible state, you still die in the original Mega Man.
Yeah, it's like the Sonic 1 spike glitch, but this was before that.
Yeah. Silver Surfer. Yeah, I mean, the sprite's too big. There's too many enemies. Your shots are weak. It doesn't control all that well, and at least the music's
kind of
good.
cool.
Yay! Yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original one.
Oh my god.
The whole game is hard. And I know everybody talks about the second level as being an unusual spike in difficulty. It doesn't get easier after that.
The RNG of finding the Technodrome.
Not only that, but even the enemies themselves were randomized. You don't know what you're getting into. You can't memorize patterns
very quickly.
Yeah, and then you can die, and then it's a completely different set of enemies. So there you go.
People still play it.
Karate Kid. I've attempted to beat this, believe it or not. It's pretty much impossible. It's so stupid.
I never gave it enough time. I just watched the AVGN episode.
Well, that's what made me play it. I was just let me see if I can finish it, and I couldn't. Because one thing that he did say was how very short it was. Top Gun. Is Top Gun really hard?
Yeah.
Really?
People can't land the plane.
Oh, that's easy to land the plane.
It's not landing the plane for me. It's just the fact that I'm always dying on like the second level. Always.
I know, like, near the end it's very hectic, but I don't know. I've never tried to beat it. I can land the plane. Bionic Commando is a game that I didn't enjoy enough to play it in any kind of serious way. I don't like a platformer where you can't jump.
I've seen people speed run this game, and man, you think the game normally is frustrating? Holy shit, some of the stuff they have to do.
Yeah, but well, they practice and practice and practice and practice some more, right?
And get no better at it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that the DOS version of the first Turtles game is like literally impossible. Contra without the code, it's doable, but why would you?
Again, you just have to practice like mad.
Yeah, memorization.
You can do it, but
Yeah.
you know, give me like 30 lives. I'll be happy.
How about
The Adventures of Billy.
Oh god, I hate that game.
What was it originally?
I don't know what. No, it was what it was originally, but apparently there was some sort of issue with the localization where the difficulty was way higher than it should have been.
Thank you, Insane Wayne. Mad City.
Was it Mad City? Was that what it was? Let me see. Never heard of that. But yeah, apparently they fucked up the. Wow, I put Mad City in Google and all I get is Roblox. All right,
Nice.
Let me put Mad City Famicom. Oh, there it is. All right. Mike Tyson's Punch Out is the last one on the list. They don't seem to be in any particular sort of order, but I beaten Mike Tyson once, but it was a long time ago, and I actually tried it again recently, and I couldn't do it.
I beat Mike Tyson on a decision.
People back in the day used to think that you couldn't do that, but yeah, you can.
I beat Mike Tyson once as a kid and never since.
Yeah. I mean, the motherfucker's fast. That's what the problem is. So, yeah. Oh, so these weren't in any particular order, but out of 15, I'm gonna give it a 15 because there's not like a particularly hard game that I can think of that should be on here. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah,
there's
I
one
mean,
game actually I think should be on there.
What was that, Tanya? I didn't hear you.
There's one game I think that should be on there but isn't.
What?
Castlevania 3: Dracula's Curse.
That's not as hard as these games.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's a tough game, but I wouldn't say that it's. I would say that all of the other than the ones that I never really tried to beat, but I think all of these are tougher than Castlevania 3.
I don't know about that, but we'll see.
I mean, maybe if you're trying to do it without a partner or something, like just with Trevor alone, that would be very hard, but.
That's fair.
Moogle just said even Mike Tyson couldn't beat Mike Tyson. To be fair, he couldn't beat Glass Joe either.
Poor guy.
Yeah. I mean, like, have you not beaten Castlevania 3, Tanya?
I have, just it's been so long since I've seen the end.
I mean, yeah, I would agree that it's a tough game. I just don't think that it's anywhere near the level of some of these.
Or Batman for NES.
Batman's tough, yeah.
That's
Batman's
a
tough.
game.
I mean, like, I feel like Batman would be on this list if it was a top 20 list, you know? But then again, they don't seem to be in any particular order. Like, Batman's tough, but is it like Ninja Gaiden tough?
Nah.
You know what I mean?
It can be at certain spots. Yeah,
Oh.
it can be.
Return of the Joker, Revenge of the Joker, Return, Revenge. Fester's Quest. Yeah, it's kind of tough. You can cheese Fester's Quest pretty easily, actually. So
Yeah, there's ways of getting around that shit.
anyway, yeah, that's well. Did you guys rate this? I don't think you did.
Oh, out of 15?
Yeah,
Yeah,
15.
they're all hard. 15.
15. Are they as hard as Jesse?
I'm gonna go with.
Not right now.
I'm going in hard.
Oh my. What you missed before was that, like, we had this list of, like, the saddest or most fucked up moments from TV shows, and you know, like, number one was like Jurassic Bark from Futurama. And we're all like, oh man, now we're all sad, you know. And I gave the thing like a perfect score just for sheer sadness, and then Jesse goes, I'm gonna give it a perfect score because it made me rock hard. And Kyle, who wasn't paying full attention, goes, yeah, me too.
Got him.
Got him.
Well, I'm out of here, guys. Good night.
Well, we're gonna do a raid here, so I'm gonna ask
wrap
everybody
it
out
up.
there. First of all, thank you for coming by to the List Critics, and please stick around for the raid because it really does help me. Let's switch that raid screen actually too. Raid.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, Tanya. We don't have anybody on my list that is currently online, so what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Do we have any random people, perhaps?
Can I make a suggestion before I go?
Oh, actually, yes, you can.
Right now,
Just like link me to it.
Yeah, is the punching is doing Time Spinner right now.
Link me to it
Okay.
on like DM or something. Raid. Anytime, Tanya.
I know. I'm trying to find you on Discord here. Hold on.
Trying to find me.
I wasn't
Hey, he's
on.
right there.
There you go. Yeah, I'm right here. The punching. Okay, let's see. What are they playing? They're playing Time Spinner.
Usually you play Xenogears and Xenosaga. Usually.
Okay. Well, this is a game that I very much would like to try out. So we're going to raid this guy. He's currently playing Time Spinner, a game I'm super interested in. It is on my wish list, by the way, guys. Let's go ahead and raid them.
Never heard of it.
It's a good game.
And if you are a subscriber to my channel by perchance, please spam the Gibbs emoji. Please spam the goose emoji. Say oof, 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 or honk, 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 or something funny as you go in. If you're not a subscriber to me, consider it. It really helps me out. We're going over there, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. I'm going to be playing Injustice. So that's the next stream. We'll see you then.
Later, skaters.
Bye.